Hello. Thank you to another Shatterdaze. Hopefully everyone is alive and well and can hear me. I'm not sure if that's working either. So all right. Dank Brownies, what's good? Leo, what's good? Hopefully you all can hear me, because I'm not sure if that's coming through. But what's good in the hood? Well, hopefully everyone is doing good. Because, yeah, everyone's hood needs to be doing good. But thank you, Liam. Yeah, I wasn't too sure if when I was logging in today, everything was like, audio is good. Perfect. That's all I was wondering. But yeah, because it wasn't coming through when I first came in, or it looked like it wasn't. But anyway, hopefully everyone's doing good. It's been a nice long day. I actually went out, got some hiking on. You know, I do live in Colorado, so it's kind of I should go out more to the mountains and check it out. But I went on a little hike today. It rained on me, but it was beautiful. There was far too many people because I was hoping to get away from people, but it is what it is. I'm just a little sore from fucking walking around, but nothing crazy. Hopefully everyone can get out there. Like I said, the idea was to get out there away from people, but God knows that that's fucking next to impossible. Because everyone who would be at a game, at a bar, hanging out with friends, all these things, they're like, well, I guess I'll go to nature, and I guess I'll go see the beautiful mountains and be really loud and obnoxious there instead. I'm like, great. So, another spin on getting high. I like it. Yeah, no shit, right? Well, you know, I live at 5280 is Denver, and that's 15 minutes away. So that's 5,280 miles above sea level. So I'm constantly in that. You know what? It sounds like I'm joking. I'm constantly in the high altitude training. But honestly, when I go to sea level, I fucking can't catch a buzz to save my life, son. I'm getting all that oxygen, and I'm like, suddenly I can drink like a fucking, like someone who actually can hold their liquor. Because I know I'm not the best at that. All right. Ginkgo biloba. Geeko. Hey, I just got my first gram of live resin. Only time I've ever spent $45 for a gram as well. Over 45 for a gram as well. So I've definitely, I remember back in the day, 45 was a pretty standard, son. Just Shatter was going for like 45, 50 a gram when that shit was like first kind of coming out, and it sucked. So it's funny how shit goes. All right, Liam, my ears pop going up the stairs. That's crazy, LO. So I live at 5,280 miles above sea level. Today when I went hiking, I was at like 1,100, or wait, what was it? I went another 1,100, so we were like 6,000 or so. I don't know. I now that I'm saying that out loud, I feel like I didn't listen to that right. But yeah, it was super high elevation. It doesn't bug me, but some people that really fucks with too. Charles Gouliard. Hey man, how are you? Joining with a J of tsunami. Well, from one tsunami brother to another, thanks for joining. Ginkgo biloba. Me either. I don't like drinking. Yeah, I spent $45 or 45. I spent 45 a gram crumble and then shatter. This is live resin. Cost me 70. See, I've okay. What else? The most expensive stuff is those diamonds, the dab diamonds. That shit's expensive. Liam, miles. That's got to be wrong. No, miles above sea level. Isn't that crazy? I believe. There's no way. Yeah, look it up, man. 5280. We're 5,200. That's a lot of traveling up, dude. Like, when you leave Colorado, you go down to other places. Your ears pop. It's crazy. If I'm wrong, I could be really stoned and not saying the right thing, but no, that's 5,000 miles. My grandma's property, I believe, God, she's in Woodland Park, Colorado. If you look up the elevation of Woodland Park, Colorado, it's at like 11,000 or some shit, like, or what, not 11,000, no, that's not right. See, I'm saying like 9 or something. It's something fucking crazy because I'm at 5,000. And then you go up a fucking mountain, a huge mountain. I'll have to look it up. Charles, nice shirt, by the way. I love that movie. I still haven't seen the new ones, but I love Tim Curry. I love curry food. Oh, no, great movie. All right. Dank. I was born out that way, but moved when I was wicked young. Wicked young. Did you go to the East Coast by chance, where it's wicked awesome out there? Fucking A. Now I feel like I'm double guessing it, but I know I'm at like 5280 is like what says on everything. 5,280 miles above sea level. And when I go to like anywhere else, dude, it is a huge difference. I can run, I can smoke, I can drink, and I can't catch a buzz to save my fucking life, comparatively. All right. Ginkgo, yeah, we just became legal in Illinois. It's expensive. Illinois broke all types of records that first day, dude. First day, you had lines around like massive city blocks, and it's expensive. Yep. I haven't been out there in years. I've been to Rockford. My friend's from Rockford. Crazy place. All right, Dank, I always wanted to get back out there and do some hiking and see where I'm from. See, that's what I did today. Went mushroom picking, son. Picked all these sweet mushrooms. I'll show you a picture. Where's my phone? You want to see the mushrooms I heard? It was me. Yeah, I went with my new girlfriend, and we went mushroom picking in the mountains. It was awesome. But anyway, miles. Ginkgo, I think that's, oh yeah, feet. 5,000 feet. Yeah, miles. Why am I saying miles? That's 1 mile, roughly. It's about a mile. A mile. See, I knew I'm like, now that I'm saying this out loud, why is this wrong? 5,000 miles. That's not even physically possible. Yeah, 5,000 feet. 5,280, which was it, 5,645 or some shit's a mile. That's not right either. But yes, Liam, it's 62 miles to space. Yes, like I said, when I started saying that out loud, it sounded wrong. It's 52 feet. Thank you. Well, I say that out. Feet. Thank you. Absolutely wrong, man. That's space. Yes, you're absolutely right. I've stoned it out, and I wasn't paying attention there. Hey, dude, just found your channel yesterday. Spicy Dorito. Good call. Good guy. What's up, dude? And that's Dorito. When you did the Mega Dabs, my exact humor when I'm high as fuck. Good call. Ginkgo, yeah, like a 6+ hour lines, but the Colorado is like 680 feet above sea level. Yes, stoner. Spicy Dorito, psilocybin. What about it? Do you do the whole astrology thing? If so, what are you? I am a Pisces, and I do have feet for a mile. All right, 5284 miles. So I live at a mile above sea level. That makes sense because we're a mile high. And then when you go to what you call it, so that's got to be 9,000 feet. And then that makes sense. I knew when I started saying shit out loud. Trust me. Don't leave it to me. At the moment, I got very little sleep last night. Woke up at like 6 o'clock this morning. Went hiking for like 4 or 5 hours. Had very little to eat, going off of coffee, dabs, joints, and whatever else makes me run. We'll spin the wheel of dabs and find out. Liam, the Mile High Club. Apparently I was in the Mile High Club the day I lost my virginity, right? I think getting laid in an airplane is the only way I'd actually enjoy an airplane, if that could even happen. I hate airplanes with a passion. Mickey D, hey buddy. But I also don't love driving for 24 hours. So. And I like traveling. I just hate flying. All right, astrology thing. Spicy Dorito, I forgot that. Ooh, I thought Cancer or Pisces. So I am a Pisces. And the way I feel about astrology was I kind of looked, not down on it. I've always had a super materialistic view of the world for a very, very long time. And it just didn't fit, how I viewed things. But over time, what was it? There's someone I knew. There's a couple people I've known who were like, it's not your, like, what day you were born or your sign. It's not that you're a Pisces. They're like, what day were you born, on what year? And like they had this big book, and they're like, okay, so they took my birth date and entered that in, and they read that horoscope or life, and that was actually pretty good, and it does well. I don't know how much to hold to it, but that holds more weight than I feel like everyone would be at a specific time, not a perfect. It's not as perfect as we think of it in our mind as a 12 months, and then it perfectly circles around, because like you're doing circles around circles. The orbits that you're going in don't ever really match up with anyone else's when the galaxy itself is spinning around your solar system around. It's kind of weird, but anyway, how I feel about it is indifferent, but that's pretty good for me. All right, Geeko, is it just the torch or do the butane torches need refilled a lot? Maybe mine has a leak, but the green propane camping torches last me months. So the thing with the green ones is, look at the fucking size of them. Like, do I have one? I have one. I have them. Oh, it's up over there. It's tucked away. But I mean, the thing is, like, you could fit this entire thing in one of them. So the size alone is one thing. It's also propane. I don't know. Personally, I recommend against them if you ever are having like anxiety problems or feeling off when you're doing dabs. I know I was using a propane torch, big one with a big ass flame, in an unventilated room with multiple people with low grade, unregulated shatter, smoking way too much of it, and just all those things started combining. Gave me the worst smoking experience of my entire life. I started having anxiety attacks and feeling all fucked up. And it wasn't until I fucking stopped, stepped away, and had to reset my whole fucking life because of that shit. So I don't know if I would recommend it too highly. But propane torch, if you're using it in a well-ventilated area, they do last longer. I don't know, man. Some days I burn through them pretty quick. I've burned through them in a 3-hour session on a live chat, like refilled it maybe once or twice. But I really heat mine up thoroughly to clean off all the leftover residue that I didn't wipe off, and then to get an even heat so it cools down evenly, like rather than just heating up the very bottom. But you're splitting hairs at that point. But anyway, Mickey D, you know what I was thinking about yesterday? That 311 Roots concert we went to at Red Rocks. We got those front row center seats. Man, I miss that shit. Yeah. That guy can play some bass too. I'm a big fan. That was a great concert. That was a really great concert. That concert got me really liking 311. I'd like, I haven't really listened to them in 10 years, to be 100% honest. But there's some good fucking bass lines in that shit. And that night was great. Good time. I'd love to go to more concerts again. I'm missing that shit a lot right now. Non-active mushroom hunting or something a little more fun. And then Spicy Dorito. Yeah, you're inhaling tons of that chemical like that, obviously. My dad wanted to try a dab, but blacked out when he saw the process. Well, also, those propane torches make you look like a crackhead. I tried really right away when I said, okay, I'm a dabber, although I've never called myself a dabber. I'm a dabber. All right, bro. No, but as soon as I started doing that, I like really colorful, pretty, because you don't smoke meth. I have a colorful hippie bong dab rig, cool dab rigs. If so, you're kind of weird. Most people use a fucking light bulb or some shit like that because you might as well, because you're cleaning up your house because you cracked out or whatever, And I'm not. You can do whatever the fuck you want. I don't like it, and I think that it's not. There's a difference. I like pot because I've always been able to express that I like it and support myself. I wear shirts that have pot leaves and shit like that. If I smoked crack, I probably wouldn't wear a shirt that said, although I've seen some people with like crack tattoos and shit like that, so that's not a great example because that's like the most addictive shit ever. Or like heroin, you don't have a big needle shirt saying "free the needle" or some shit like that. Even fucking heroin addicts are like, yeah, I'm a heroin addict. I'm not fucking proud of it. You know what I mean? So I like pot because I've always been proud of it and not ashamed of it. In fact, I think that I've done my share of advocating for it for many, many years. But so I tried to keep colorful, and right away I didn't want like a plain dab rig, cheap one that made me look like a crackhead. Geeko, have you ever got any rigs online? Have you ever got any rigs online? Any sites you recommend? A lot of shops here charge $100 for something so simple. Geeko TV. So yes, if you go to like a dollar store, there's a dollar store smoke shop mix right where I'm at, and I used to buy bongs there because they're pretty good price. It's like, oh, $100 medium-sized bong. But then years later, I ended up going to finding Chinese outlet glass outlets, like DH Gate is a big one. D as in dog, H as in I hate that fucking place because it's a way to destroy glass industry from inside out, but it's not. There's a thing. So anyway, that's one. And then I realized, wow, about half of what you see in a head store, they get from a glass wholesale site, because when you buy 100 of those pieces, they give it to you for dirt fucking cheap, and then they sell it, at reasonable prices at a head shop. So, but I think the Dab Lab is the only legit place that I've gotten some stuff from before, like a nice, decent bangers and shit. That Dab Lab, DABLAB. The Dab Lab is cool. It's not like super cheap. Now, as far as those Chinese knockoff shit goes, I don't love that I have knockoffs of some of my favorite glass artists, but I can never afford their shit right now, the way shit's going. So And you can learn about the function of a weird looking piece, at least basics of it and shit like that, or terp slurpers, or all these different things you can buy cheap. See if you like even the concept, so then you can invest in it later and buy it from someone that you really like. That's what I say. But I have the Free the Needle shirt, says Spicy Dorito. That's funny. Mickey D, they still come out with new albums. I haven't listened to them in like 10 years. Got some stations. Wait, some gas stations sell bongs too, says Mickey D. In Colorado, everywhere sells bongs and shit. Most gas stations, really. Like, if they're like not a 7-Eleven or like a. They don't have a major name. If it's like a local anything, yeah, there's gonna be a fucking like. If it's the gas stop, just some generic quick stop shit, and there's two guys slanging. First off, if there's two guys slanging weed out there for $15 in front of the quick stop, shoot them $15, man. Put that shit in their hand. And if you don't have it, you just owe it. All right, Mickey D, good call. Dabs for days. Let's just go with that because I can't. All right. A heroin shirt from Seattle that depicts the Space Needle as a dope needle on the shirt, and it says "Welcome to Browntown." Yeah, I could see that. I just, yeah, fucking, I don't know. And like I said, that's not a great example because some people do like things, but you do have to agree that most heroin addicts aren't super proud. I've known very high functioning drug addicts. All right, that's something that people don't like to hear and don't like to admit. But first off, I'm drinking caffeine and smoking a joint, and I honestly think that this is less of a fucking drug than that. And I've known people on pretty much every single drug you can imagine. And I mean, like, worked with them, friends, family and shit like that. Between everyone throughout my entire life, I've known someone on everything. A lot of drug dealers, a lot of drug users can live high functioning lives, Someone who's done drugs for a long time could be giving the same stupid talk that I'm giving to you right now easily, and you wouldn't really know one way or the other, depending on what drug it is. Or how much they've taken. When you start noticing problems with drugs is when people don't have their, you know what I mean? I've known people who have bad drug addictions and they show up for work every fucking day and they're great people because they need money to get their fucking drugs. If they don't have their drugs, or if you get in between them and their drugs, that's when crazy shit goes down. And you know what, as a final note on that, I've seen everyone on every single drug. There's not many that I think make somebody fucking psychopathically fucking violent practically. And alcohol's probably the worst. Alcohol's killed more people. I wouldn't even have the name or be the person I was if I wasn't named after someone who died from alcohol. Alcohol's a bitch, dude. I've seen psycho people drunk do things that, yeah, heroin addicts, I could do that. Maybe, again, if they're sober looking for heroin, then they'll do some crazy shit. But high, they'll fuck off. Drunk people, when they're fucking loaded, that's the scary one. And there's high-functioning alcoholics, too. But that's not good either. All right. Mickey D. That's like mocking them, though. Oh, the Space Needle shit, maybe. I wouldn't wear it myself, though, that Space Needle shirt. Yeah, no shit. How are you drinking coffee? Spicy Dorito, coffee at night. So it's 8:30. If I wasn't drinking coffee, I wouldn't be awake right now. Sorry, I'm just catching up to some of these. I'm always slow. Sometimes I'll go on a rant. My rants go around the world, but it's the trip that counts. But coffee at night, first off, I don't even like drinking coffee, but it's addictive. So, yeah, it's addictive as shit, and that's, I guess, the easiest way to believe it. It's addictive. Mickey D, junkies or Yankees with a soft J? Yankees. I'm not sure. It's either junkies or Yankees. Either way, it sounds fantastic. No. Dabs for days. You 100% right about the alcohol thing, I'm guessing. Spicy Dorito. Alcohol is one scary for sure. Dude, I've really fucking hurt myself and done all the stupid things I've ever done. In this room right here, drunk, just, doing one of those screaming at the worlds, took a fucking butcher knife and split my chest open and just, pass out and wake up the next day and I'm like, why is my shirt stuck to my chest? What kind of psychopath am I? And I'm like, okay, drugs are a hell of a drug, and alcohol is even worse. All right, coffee is much better than booze. Oh, you mix those two motherfuckers though? That's what my grandma does sometimes. Was that Bailey's Irish Cream? Some fucking whiskey. Get high, get that coffee whiskey buzz at 90, son. That's how you fucking live, son. All right, I've spicy Dorito. Oh no, yeah, no shit. No shit. Mickey D, I've cried drunk in front of everyone like a jackass. People do dumb shit drunk. Well, yeah, yes. And what the problem is, and I mean, a lot of people just drink for reasons that they don't know. I know most of my drinking was social. Most people drink to get laid. Most people's first sexual encounters take place in highly alcohol fueled fucking problems. In fact, it's mostly unpleasant, especially for half of the people, if not both. So I would drink in the hopes to, and just like bars. Why do people go to bars to drink? It's not to hang out with other dudes usually. You hope to meet someone to fucking have sex with. And that comes from a long time, for a very long time, between the way people smelt, how fucking reserved and fucking, everything was so repressed back then. Religion was so overbearing that no one was able to free their inhibitions to get laid unless you were drunk. And like I said, when you couldn't shave or bathe or do anything worth it, you didn't get drunk. It just wasn't fucking worth it. So that's just carried on through the mental generations, I think. And I think that's the only reason it's as legal as it is. That's why when you see a beer commercial, it's some guy like, God, today is boring. There's chicks everywhere. All right, jet ski. Just slamming beer. So, I mean, it's, and that doesn't happen, and you become a worse person who loses all inhibitions, and like you just suddenly don't care if your advances fail or not. I mean, it's just a weird thing, and I think, like I said, I just don't really. Yeah, that brings up bad situations, like I said, especially for whoever's vulnerable at that point. You're inebriated and somebody's horny. It's like, yeah, there's gonna be fucking problems. I don't recommend alcohol, I don't recommend staying away from it either. I just don't choose to do it as a lifestyle. Just like hallucinogenics or something. I mean, it's one thing to do it. It's another thing to do it every weekend. That's why I like hallucinogenics, is because you can do it one time and it will blow your fucking mind, and you don't need to do it again. Getting drunk, the only way you do it one time and don't want to do it again is because you're like up and you're like, just make it stop and I will never ever drink again. And then what'd you do? You drank it again. So but hallucinogenics, man, No one abuses that shit, dude. And if you do it for a short period of time, and then you start realizing you're ripping the fabric of space and time that you were not intended to see through, you know? And people hold back on that shit. Every person I know, even the hardcore hallucinogenic freaks, eventually, like, need a decade to sit that shit and settle it down, and maybe they get back at it. But 5-10 years, okay, it's like, no, I did plenty. Yeah, especially if you're doing large doses and infrequently. I can't talk. So, acid heads are some loco people. Lives, there's a limit. Acid will never kill you, but man, it'll fuck you up mentally. I've seen it. There's a YouTube video of a guy who took too much acid, and he's just fucked. He's just fucked. I don't recommend acid. Acid is fucking a man-made chemical made by Albert Hofmann in 1943 or 47. 43, I think. He was trying to synthesize ergot grown on rye, I believe, or at least something similar. And it's a he ended up trying to make it to help women fucking dilate for birth. And let me tell you, I'm sure it worked. No, I'm just joking. They spilt it on his hand, tripped balls. LSD was made it had 20 years. So from 1947 to 1968, LSD actually had some time in the clinical studies, and it's legal. And you can watch on YouTube different shit that they were doing to people. And that's just the shit they showed you, let alone the MK Ultra stuff that the military started doing with it. LSD is interesting, but it also opened the floodgate because you could make millions of hits in a basement for about $100,000 of lab equipment. But a million hits, it gets weird. I suggest mushrooms. I would suggest DMT, but I haven't done it, so I can't suggest it to you fully. But that's something it's naturally in your brain chemistry. The key is what you're doing. Don't ever trust anything unless you really know. That's why I say, if you can, grow things yourself. But and then cannabis, that's a very mild psychoactive. It's actually it's a weird. It's its own thing. Spicy Dorito. I realize that life is a real trip, and being in your sober mind is one of the most wild things. You're not supposed to see the psychedelic. You're not supposed. You're not supposed to see the psychedelic world 24/7. I mean, I do, but not in a heavy sense. Like I said, that's the thing. You could do it one. I always say you only need to do hallucinogenics strongly one time. I did it more than once, but you only need it once. And you just, unless you're completely oblivious to what the fuck happened, you realize that reality is only your perception. And if your perception can be altered easily, you really have to question how precise, real, and solid your reality is. Reality isn't real. It's a perception. It's just what you're putting together. Right now, you're just looking around you, sight, sound, and that monkey brain of yours is putting it together. But really, it's hard to button down. You're talking about deep philosophical questions that have never been answered and possibly never will. And like I said, just the idea of knowing that there's more than what you can touch and what you can feel. You know, like I said, I lived a life of, if you can't bang a hammer on it, then it's not fucking real. The idea of that is really, it's not good. It's not good to have that type of idea, because there's so much you can't feel in a physical sense. Most of the important things you can't feel. Feelings are hard to describe in any sense of sad, happy, but really, you know, there's so much feeling in that. It's just not the same. Uh, I think that it's a good experimenting with altered states of consciousness has made me realize that the possibility of altered dimensions are so plausible and high that I'm now open to far more than I ever would have been had I shut those realms out. I'd still be stuck banging the hammer to see if things are real. Now I know that that doesn't answer all the questions. Not even half of them. And again, the questions it does answer aren't the important ones. So, all right. Oh shit, Connor. Probably way fucking late on fat dabs for the. Let's roll. See what we're dabbing out of. Man, that thing is not spinning. All right, hold on. This thing's got some shit in the way. I'm like, that is not a spin. There we go. Is that gonna work? That's better. All right, Connor. Hopefully we'll get a fat dab for it if you're still with us. John, you the man. Good call. Thank you. Freeze bong. That's out of commission. The bong I used to replace the freeze bong is out of commission. So we need another spin. All right. And thank you, John. Spicy Dorito. A lot of acid culture is strange as hell. Acid just... I think it can be used as a tool for certain things. All it did was like trip me out. It made everything fucking insane and weird and crazy, but not okay. So my experiences with acid is God, I don't know if I'd recommend it. It made the room feel like I was in a vacuum. All the air had been removed in a way, like I could still breathe, but it's like you're in space, so there's no sound is like coming to you, but it was coming to me through a different, you know, like through a different pressure wave. It's like things were really crisp, right? Like sharp images and stuff. And then at some point, at least once or twice, I started getting this weird split type vision. So I'm sure it started out where at some point my brain was so fucking loaded, I realized that both eyes are individual, right? So those are two. Now you're seeing, what you don't realize is right now you're seeing two of everything, you know? Camera one, camera two. At some point, I'm tripping so hard that I'm realizing there's not one of everything, there's two. So I'm sure maybe my eyes are so dilated, first off, and then they're slightly askewed. So I'm seeing double, in other words. But it's not double in the sense of, you know, I'm seeing two things. Like you can kind of unfocus your eyes right now and you can see two things. It was, imagine a split line and you're seeing two TV screens, images, one here, same thing. So that's awful strange. And then splits again. So now I'm seeing four. And then it'll split here and here. So now, have you ever seen a kaleidoscope? I have one right behind me too, from the 60s, because people were tripping balls. No, so they're older than that. So you have this lens with all these bug eyes, are like these fly eyes, and that's what it reminds me of eventually. So by the time I'm tripping really hard, all these hexagon, can't tell exactly how many sides, so octagon, hexagon, you know, shapes are coming, and I'm seeing reflections of everything. which I'm sure my eyes are just fucked. And it gets to the point where I can see from one, like where my hands are now. I can't see this. You know, I can't see my fingers moving in my eye. And I could see everything and all these fucking cuts. So that was a weird one. And then like I would be looking at like a pipe. I distinctly remember looking at like a pipe, and just my friend had just blown it. It was all clear pipe with a lot of ridges and shit, and just the tips were very red. And I would hit it, and the feeling it would give me of hitting through, it'd just be really trippy. I'm like, oh, that's good. You know, I don't know if I was testing the suction or whatever, but again, sights and sounds were fucking going insane at that moment. I also have tripped acid and watched movies, and that was pretty crazy. I've also tripped so hard on acid. There's this thing they usually call seeing the white lights, and a lot of people associate it with seeing God, other consciousness, you know, all this crazy stuff. You know, and other dimensions, aliens, enlightenment. People say it's spiritual healing. So I've had that, but my experience with it was kind of funny. I didn't know about it at the time, but apparently that's a common thing. When you peak on a lot of acid, I called it a whiteout, which is funny because that's before I ever heard of these things. I said I had a whiteout. You know, blackout, everything goes black. I had a whiteout where everything goes white. My whole dimension. It's like when you're in like the Matrix, when he's in the white. I'm like, everything is white. You're in another. I'm like, holy shit. But that's it. Next day, either I was shown something so fucking profound that I couldn't hold on to it, which is a weird thought, or I think I might have passed out. I don't know. But that was another weird time. But what was funny was I was watching Indiana Jones and the Lost Ark, the first one. You know, when the Nazis drink out of the wrong, it's not Jesus's coffee mug. It's like the goblets and shit, and the fucking and the Nazis' faces are melting and shit. When you watch that, there's a point where it shows a blinding white light, and everyone's like, ah, blah, blah, and all these melting faces and shit like that, which I didn't think about that part when I would put on. I watched all three of those fucking movies too, but Indiana Jones, tripping acid. So that's one of the movies. That's a strong connection there. Indiana Jones, acid. So their faces are melting, and I remember there's a white light, and then I went into the white light. Really weird. Those were my main ones. And then I had my friend play a fucking mean prank on me on acid once by like banging on my door and saying it was the cops. And I was tripping so hard, I saw the blue and red lights going through the window, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get ready to go to jail. Tripping balls. Acid. Haven't done that in like a long time. Okay, Cup of Christ, Last Crusade. So, yeah. Thank you, Mickey D. Blew my mind. I used to just take acid and watch movies, son, by myself. Me and my cat. Think about that shit, I don't know, man. All right. Nick, I want to voice act in a cartoon or animated movie. Yeah, me too. Anyway, Nick, I'm here I'm here now, boys and girls. Good to have you, buddy. I realized something now that I want to do before I die. Me turned into Bug Vision. Oh, wait. Akron, I mixed two things. That's what you want before I die? Akron, you turned into Bug Vision. Yes, it was Bug Vision. It's hard. I call it fly eyes or something. I can't describe it, but that's exactly it. If you've seen it in movies where it's like shows the fly's eye and they just do that. Happened. All right. 6 foot by default, Liam. Do I have the 6-footer? I broke the banger in there. I got a new one. All right, so I'm gonna try and catch up a couple of these, and then I'll take a 6-footer for you, Liam. All right. Community trash. Mushrooms 100%. Yes, and we went mushroom foraging today for edible mushrooms and got some sick ones. I'll have to show you a picture if I can find my phone, wherever that's at. So I'll do that before the end of the day. 6 foot by Spicy Dorito says the same thing. So I'll do a 6-footer. 1 second. All right. Spicy Dorito, how did you come out of that? Not believing in things. How did I come out of that? Not believing things beyond the physical? I was an asshole. No, I don't know. It didn't do it for me. Because all it was white lights. And I was high. And I used to say this a lot. I'd be like, I've never had an experience that was supernatural, extraterrestrial, or even that fucking special, really, unless I was on acid, mushrooms, or one of these drugs. So I used to be like, well, that means that doesn't, then throw those out. Throw them out, because that's a drug. That's a high. But again, like I was saying just a little bit ago, perhaps drugs just wipe a filter off the lens of the mind, and you see different color spectrum and different beings, different whatever, than you do normally. Because you don't normally need to see those things. You just need to make sure you put food in your mouth and don't burn yourself. So feeling, touch, immediate surroundings, pleasure, so you can fucking procreate. That's all you really are made to do. Viewing into fucking other dimensions solely through your mind, maybe that takes something else, because it's not the first course of action for the whole world's crazy. But yes, I went through that and didn't have an epiphany. I was never raised with any religion. I think that helps. If you were raised super religious, no matter what religion that is, you see white lights, and that's got to be God. That's got to be an angel. That's got to be a pizza monster, a spaghetti monster. Whatever you want to call what your God is, you just found it, right? What if you don't have a God? I just found white lights. But this is a young man, very young child, and I've had a lot of different viewpoints, and a lot of them are because I altered my perception so drastically. So I don't know, but anyway, that is weird. I'm gonna do that. But Spicy Dorito, good call. I don't. It was a feat to get out of that without fucking feeling anything. All right. Anyway, I want to voice act. Yes, Nick, I feel you so much on the voice acting thing. Spicy Dorito, the first time I tripped, I was at a festival and I was like 17. A kid pulled out a vial and squirted it on my tongue. It was insane. I ran into a tree because it looked like shifting diamonds. That's fucked. Someone did that much. But then I blacked out until nighttime, and then came to picking up glow sticks and dancing. At least you're probably at a decently, you're not going to get the cop called on you at a festival for tripping balls, something like that. So good call. All right. Indiana Jones and the Cup of the Crusade. God, those are great movies, but I haven't watched them in a long time. All right. Sandy just got here. Hi, friends. Pennywise t-shirt tonight, Venom. Yes. Aren't you going to say hello? Good call. Yeah, that guy's great. Love that movie. I still haven't seen the new ones. Got to watch the ones. Great to have you, Sandy. Nick, ideally, I want to voice act in an anime. Good call. I would take any voice acting work. I'm a big fan. All right. Spicy. Honestly, I had a great time, but I can't imagine what many micrograms I did. Well, if you felt it squirt in your mouth, that's bad sign. Well, I mean, for me, if I wanted to trip even slightly and I felt anything more than like the slightest hair of a drop, I'd be like, first off, I never let anyone dose me. I've heard stories where people fucking do a whole vial on someone's tongue just to fuck with them, or to be nice. They're like, sweet, do you know how much acid I just gave you? just give you like $90 worth of acid. And it's like, I didn't want that. Fuck. So gotta be real careful with that. Mickey D, I find that meditation helps my mind out these days. It's not a bad thing. I just I don't know. I feel like I do a lot of my meditating with you guys, so I'm lucky. I have time to free my mind and think of other things with you guys. So thank you for helping me do that. Hopefully I can at least chill with you. John, how likely do you think interdimensional aliens are? How likely? Extremely, extremely, extremely likely. How much proof do I have? Zero. How many have I actually seen? None. How much? But they're interdimensional. They don't just pop in and say hello. And if they do, they can just do it to fuck with you. So do I think so? That's with all alien life form. I think mathematically, intuition, everything tells me yes, yes, yes. But I've never seen anything and have no confirmation to back that up. So if it's not, I'd be like, well, yeah, I didn't have any proof. Or I've never seen anything. But I've known a lot of credible people who've had some extraordinary tales. I just kind of glad that maybe sometimes that didn't happen to me, because it probably what blew my little mind. And if it isn't already gone enough for you, who knows what it would have been if I got abducted, right? Imagine this guy talking to you right now after that. I'd be like, I don't know what that means. Nick, the most life-changing trip I had was on a uber high mushroom dosage. Yeah, didn't have a God experience, but I felt like I died. A lot of people have, and that's a lot of people call it ego death, if nothing else, because it's like all of what me was died and nothing else. Mushroom, I have a lot of respect for all hallucinogenics, but mushrooms at least are. I trust mushrooms not to fuck people up. I've seen people acid heads like we were talking about. I know people who've done a lot of mushrooms, and they're like, they'll tell you about the weird experiences, but it doesn't seem like I said, acid. I've seen people like have a twitch. They're fucked because they had like a mega overdose. That acid is effective at the 50. Was it micrograms? 50 micrograms, you can feel acid, real acid. So, I mean, it's very easy to overdo it. Mushrooms, you gotta chew them fuckers up. For too much, I've had like grams and grams and grams to the point where I was throwing up high, and, that's nowhere near what you could do with just a little squirt out of a fucking vial with acid. So that's another danger about it. Akron, does tripping make you believe in the possibility of God? Again, it didn't make me. No. I think if you bring your beliefs into it, if you're raised Christian, you might see Jesus. If you were raised, Buddhist, you might see Buddha. If you were raised Aztec Indian, you might see whatever the fuck Slapahos. You see. Now, you bring your own set of structures to fit things into when they blow your mind. I didn't have any of those things. I think over years of reflection, I'm very open. Just like aliens, there could very well be a God. I've never seen anything personally that's called to me. And much like the aliens, that maybe is a good thing, because imagine this guy with an added on benefit of religious tact to throw at you. Back to the Jesus. So I think you bring it into it. I think most of the people who found God through hallucinogenics had something that in mind to begin with. Because if you don't have the idea of God to begin with, it's too much, it's too weird. you don't put names to shit like that. I think God is a good name for the unnameable, but that's not what most people intend. They mean a creator, and that I have no clue on. It's as up in the air as anything. Personally, I think the idea of aliens is a little bit more plausible, but at the same time, they're both faith, and I don't put a lot of faith into things offhand. Definitely not for free. All right. When you put faith into things, you give away your ability to not have faith in it. And that's the most existential currency you have to give. So don't give it away for free or cheaply or to anybody. Yeah, just anybody. All right. I'm glad you're meditating, Mickey D. That's cool. Nick, if I ever make a cartoon idea, I'll call you and make you a character. What kind of role would you play? Okay. Nick, my mom once saw a UFO in Sault Ste. Marie. Don't know how to spell it. Riverside City, bordering Canada. Okay. And I like mushrooms because they're naturally occurring. Yeah, that's a big thing. I'm obsessed with mushrooms anyway. So if I'm going to do a hallucinogenic and it could be mushroom, that's like you're taking one of my favorite things in the world anyway to eat. They look cool. They're amazing. They're beautiful. They have dark aspects, trippy aspects, beautiful, fun, gnomes. I mean, it just brings all these different things. And they're delicious. I love eating them. And even all of them. And so if I'm going to do a drug that can be in mushroom form, fuck yeah. You're hitting a lot of cues for me. Like I said, I just don't do hallucinogenics often because there was a time where I wasn't feeling mentally stable anyway. And if you're not feeling mentally stable, if you feel like the world's driving you crazy as it is, maybe hallucinogenics aren't the best thing at that time. But your mom saw a UFO. That's cool. Like I said, I've had very credible people in my life have very convincing stories of amazing shit. Sometimes I'm not going to lie when I hear them say that. Sorry, my leg itches. I was out hiking and I got bit by something. Hopefully nothing crazy. But when I hear those stories, I'm like, God, I wish I fucking saw something like that at first. But then when I think about it a little more, like I said, like if it didn't blow my fucking mind, because then I would never shut up. I don't shut up. If I saw aliens, that's all I would talk about. I'd be like, no, we need to. Here's where I saw it. I'm gonna be back there tomorrow night, the next night. You guys should join me. You know what I mean? So it's good that I do kind of believe in aliens. Even the governments, at least UFOs, because they're unidentified flying objects. They're not aliens. They're just unidentified. So UFOs are fucking real. Shit flies that we don't know what it is. Does that mean alien? No, it does not. It distinctly says it's not, or it isn't. It's unidentified. So UFOs, I totally believe it because it's unidentified. And when you're a nobody citizen, that could be top secret government shit, that could be aliens, that could be fucking anything. So a hallucination. So unidentified is a great way to put it, and I believe in those. Because that you just gotta know what that really means. Billy Bong, good to have you with us, buddy. Sorry, I'm fucking ranting. Spicy Drea, tripping made me break away from my old Baptist view of God. I know there are realms beyond us, but not God. I've never had someone asked if I found God or like made me believe in God doing hallucinogenics. Not really, but it also didn't make me disbelieve. If anything, it kept me very open. It just opened my consciousness to new possibilities, and that's what a lot of people fucking need. I know I needed it. You know, it broke me out of my fucking super materialistic fucking ideologies. I'm thankful for that. I now realize that, there's more to just what you own, which is really good because we're not meant in this time and age to own very much. And yet we own more than kings. So you just got to appreciate what you got and put everything in perspective. Big monies. No. Big Mo. A-Z? Mullen? 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 Big A's. Big A-Z. Big S. BBT. I don't know what T means. I'm not good at stuff. Stay lifted. I know what that means. Good on you, man. All right. Mickey D, shot. Shot. Yeah, let's do that 6 foot dab. I'll do that. People are spicy. Mycology is a fun subject to getting into. Love it. But I am a extremely. I've hung out with some. So the chick I went hiking with today, my new girlfriend, she like knows mushrooms really good. And I'm extremely happy about that because she can like pick them out and be like, oh, this is that. And we did. We got some awesome mushrooms today. Crazy huge mushrooms. I'll show you pictures. I've known her. I known this my friend and his dad was like borderline mycologist. He was actually a chemist. Really smart guy. And when you hear people actually talk about it, it's like, wow, that's it seems intimidating to get into mycology and to ever. I would never call myself a mycologist. I love it, growing mushrooms. Mycology is crazy. I just like growing things. I like hunting and foraging for things. Mushrooms are fucking amazing. Like I said, take away the hallucinogenic aspects. I want to grow oyster mushrooms, lion manes mushrooms, fucking anything. You know, mushrooms are great. 6 footers. We're doing 6 foot dabs. That's what we do. Is there water in here? There's no water in here. Is there enough water in here? No, there is not. All right, so I gotta get some water. So Billy Bong, we're probably an offspring of an ancient race. I was just saying this day. That could be true. I could believe it. We could be an offspring of something else. I could believe it. We could have evolved from monkeys and single cell organisms. I believe it. We could have been from God put here yesterday just with implanted memories. It's hard to disprove too. So I'm very open to things, and that is as nice as I can put it. And I think that's the only legitimate. Like I said, I realize that I don't know so much. So, Mickey D, I just heard about a Jeep that drove through a bunch of protesters blocking I-285. One of the protesters fired a gun and shit 2 people. Shot. Okay, shot 2 people. I'm sure they shit themselves when they got shot. That sucks. Bunch of protesters. One of the protesters fired a gun. Well, that's just a fucking shit show right there. Billy Bong, we're probably in it. Big Muns, higher power works. And if it works for you, that's good. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not saying it does. Whatever you. I'm more than willing to give my opinions on things, but I don't know, man. I don't give. Like I said, belief is a hard thing for me to give up for free. Stay lifted. Man, I can't stay. Oh no. What's going on? What's going on? All right. There we go. All right. Check out the New York Times article, No Longer in the Shadows, Pentagon's UFO units will make some. Oh, the UFO unit will make some findings public. It mentions examining of off-world vehicles not made of this Earth. ET be real. Sandy, you're absolutely right. And I've heard a bunch of that shit, and I can't remember the name of the people. And like I said, I've heard people, credible people, some people fucking with crazy backgrounds and shit like that, tell me things that would blow your fucking mind. I didn't see it. So I don't like sharing stories of secondhand shit, but I can tell you, I've known some pretty credible people who have said some pretty amazing things. Let me get some water in this bitch. Be right back. boy. All right. All right, let's see here. Nick, my favorite way to eat mushrooms is putting them in spaghetti sauce. I have a picture, but it's really blurry and out of focus because it's back when you actually had to develop film and couldn't take a bunch of pictures and check them. But I have a slice of mushroom and it is just covered in fucking mushrooms, dude. They're blue and purple. It's a really cool picture, except for it's out of focus. It's really old now too. But good call. Mickey D, the shrooms can help depression, so it can right your mind if you're in a fucked place, especially microdosing. There's a lot of people who have a lot of good things to say about that. I have never attempted it, but I mean, if you're in a bad place, I think microdosing definitely wouldn't hurt you. Maybe. I mean, everyone should judge things for themselves and where you're at and how shit's going. So. Oh, that's a dirty girl. All right. Dabs for days. I use God loosely, like you said, in a term under. Sorry. All right. I use God loosely, like you said, as a term or what is underknown. I don't mean God in the sense of what we've been told necessarily, but just in a smaller sense, there's something more than this or after, beyond, is what I meant. And yeah, that's a safe way to go. It gets a little hard on some of that shit. All right. Nick, I would love to live in the city. My mom saw the UFO in. It's beautiful and cheap to live in. People there are nice too. Yeah. So I know people who've seen UFOs in Colorado. So they don't hate this place. Especially out in the middle. There's a lot of mountainous, nowhere places out here. Mickey D, the Pentagon just released the document that says UFOs are not Earth-made. Yeah. Well, I mean, which, fuck them for ever even keeping that shit secret. They have no right. No fucking right. These are the same people who are like, oh, if we didn't tell you what to do, you'd just be raping the streets and you'd all be shooting heroin and cocaine and fucking, it'd be incest and sodomy. And I'm like, okay, you have a really low fucking view of humans to begin with. What kind of fucked up way is that to look at your fucking fellow people? You know, you have to have some faith in humanity. If you don't deserve to be making fucking laws, in my opinion. But yeah, so I'm glad that shit's coming out, and thank God for the internet and people talking like we are now, because that's the only reason shit like that's really coming out. All right. Jesus, what up, everyone? What's going down, yo? Spicy Dorito, Arizona. Big Mo in AZ, Arizona. Billy Bong, how's the mushrooms coming along? So extremely slow, but I went mushroom foraging today. Good and bad. I have they're in the dark right now, so I can't really. It's going really slow. I think the first one I did so too early, and the rest of them are taking fucking forever. But good. Good. Way better than the pot situation. My plants are not good. So, because I didn't like how my setup was to begin with, but just the germination from seed to whatever I'm doing. But here is to accepting when you fail, learning new things, trying again, getting better, and having fun while you do it, because I know that's all that matters. Thank you guys for helping me with that. Nice one. All right. What's going Oh no! That sucks. My 6-footer's broke, guys. Fuck. Which means I lost a lot of that dab. Dang it. So this thing fell over. My cat knocked it over. Can I fix it? I might be able to fix it if I can get this out. Well, I'll fix it anyway. But it's no longer a 6-footer. It's going to be a, 11.5-footer. Fuck. Well, yeah, anyway, and it busted the last banger I had on here, but I didn't notice that it broke the fucking down stem. Look how long that down stem is, too. Dang it. Well, mark another one that's not working off the board. Eventually, I'm going to have to buy some new rigs. I wish I had money. I haven't bought a new rig in like a year. And I've broken like 4. Well, no more 6-foot dabs for, I don't know if the wheel's going to be going for a while, guys. Shit sucks. All right, let's see here. Billy Bong, how's the mushrooms coming along? Spicy Dorito, truth, all that. You do that Twitter whistle really well. I didn't know that was a Twitter whistle. I don't have Twitter. I've never had it. I thought about getting it so I can fucking rant at people when I'm not here. All right, Chubbs, Dubs. Hey, I've been busy, but I tuned in this time. Good. Good. All right. Spicy Dorito. No. Oh, no. Oh, the bong breaking. Yeah. Thus is my life. Breaking bongs, anyway. Oh, come on. All right. Enough of that. And another one bites the dust. I'll fix it. Or I won't. Who knows? All right. Frickin' heck. Heckin' frick. Yeah, no shit. Sandy, wait a minute. Did you say that you went on a hike with your hike foraging for mushrooms with my new girlfriend? Yay. Yes. Yes, I did. She's really cool. She knows mushrooms. So that's good. Yeah, it's been really hard. It took a couple years after my last relationship to even think of, well, not just to think of it. I also did not have luck meeting anybody. So yeah, she's a metalhead. She's cool. I'm sure she'll probably eventually be on. Maybe she's not a dabber. Go figure. So yeah. I'm happy. But I always, after being in a relationship like that, it's also the last one. I always used to say, every time you're in a relationship, you give a piece of your heart to that person, and eventually, it's harder and harder to have pieces left for the next person. Especially the more you give to that person. I have questioned for a long time if I've given all of those pieces away. And that's not fair to people. in the future, you know? So it's just been one of those things where, you know, it's kind of like when things go wrong, it's really easy to just avoid doing them ever again. But right now, much like the plants that didn't go well, just because they didn't go well, and that sucks and it hurts and it blah blah blah. It's not the end of the world until you make it the end of the world, and you can miss things and regret things and still find new joys in your life. You know, it's hard to learn that you can be happy and sad about things at the same time, move past them and take them along. Humans are diametrically opposed all the time. You know, the dichotomy of life. We are ambiguous. We feel ambivalent. Two different emotions always pull at us all the time. The key is just either trying to stay in the middle or at least lean slightly over to the positive. I noticed when I start growing things, plants, things start happening positive in my life. You know, and there's a lot to that. I think I went on this last week. It gives a schedule in your life. It gives meaning. Growth. It's an analogist. It's a good analogy for how you can live your life. Growth, support, repetition. It's good shit. So, I don't know. I don't know. I'm happy, but like I said, all my happiness in life always comes with a great deal of thought and contemplation. But I'm in a very positive place. John, come on, y'all. Let's pitch in and buy this man a nice rig. I should start GoFundMe. I broke my 6-foot bong, and I like to hang out with people. You should give me. I'll figure out how to make money doing this shit, but it won't be. I don't know what it'll be. You know what I mean? Or I'll make a living doing it somehow, or I'll do it more. I'll figure it out. Something fun. That's all I care about. Entertainment. I've always just wanted to be an entertainer, whether that's a musician, a bullshitter, which all musicians probably are. No, but you know what I mean? I wouldn't mind interviewing people. Just, I don't know. It's just something I like to do. Is that the fucking... I didn't know it was a tweet. Liam. I need to stop that now. I don't know why I'm doing it. Liam, yeah, that was casually dropped in. I thought I must have imagined it, Sandy. Yeah. Well, it's new, and part of me still feels like, I don't know how I feel about it. Not ashamed, it's just new. It's all just a big getting over old things, accepting new things, but it's going very well, so that's good. And she's super awesome, so there you go. All right, Mickey D, make some new stickers for your existing dab rigs for the wheel. Make some new stickers for well, yeah, and it's not even stickers. They're wipe off, whatever. Dry erase board. It's dry erase board. So I just need to fix that. Yeah, and you're right. I'll do that. Nick, magician trick. Blow bliss mist out of your hands. Yeah, no shit. Spicy Dorito. I can't do Twitter. I just don't understand it. Yeah, there's some people who are on it. They've kept me off of it too. I'm like, as long as fucking certain people are like able to, I just don't know. I just sometimes I have random thoughts that I don't know where else to put them, and it's a shame that I can't share my stupid, dry humor and witty charm with the world at the drop of a hat. No, I don't know. I haven't had a big desire, and I definitely don't really want to look at anybody else's. I just want to make my own. But I haven't. I don't have one. Nick, it took me a long. I didn't get fucking Instagram until I started doing this show. I did it so I'd have an Instagram for people to talk to, and it's worked actually. I was gonna say, and that hasn't really worked, but it has. I share pictures. If you want to share pictures with me, and I'll share with someone else, I should go find my phone. Venom 420 on Insta. I'll share some pictures. I got cat pictures. I like cats, pot, and let's keep it at that. Cute things that make everyone happy. I don't know where my phone is though. But you can always send me pictures. But I didn't get Instagram until fucking this shit. So, but I'm glad I did because I do look at it. It's mostly I look at glass stuff, tattoo stuff, food, recipe stuff, family, friends who share pictures. Like my sister takes really cool pictures usually. Like she actually takes cool pictures. So I follow her Instagram, you know what I mean? And she's family. So Nick, so the plants that put on the rocks in the middle of the creek are growing strangely. So the plants I put on the rocks in the middle of the creek are growing strangely. It's a cool sight. Sounds cool. Yeah. It's crazy how shit can grow. It's crazy how eventually a tree will grow and the roots will crack a rock. Over time, give it long enough and fucking, what is it, slow and steady. But that's awesome. I love nature. Going into for a hike today and really, and there's a billion people everywhere because fucking everyone's been locked up and they were thinking the same thing we were, where it's like, oh, let's get out in the middle, let's get away from people. That seems like a safe thing to do during a pandemic. And then you go out there and you're like, there's so many fucking people. We drove, an hour and a half to get away from people, and that didn't work. But I guess that's not that much. It's cool to have the mountains, though. I love the mountains. It makes me really enjoy it, and yeah. It's wicked awesome. And I'll probably go back up here in the next week or so, get some more shrooms, edible, good shrooms. So, all right. Dorito, same here. My happiness always comes with hours and hours of thinking. Yes, I wish it didn't. Well, I don't take my relationships lightly. The last relationship I was in was 8 years. We lived together 7 years. The one before that was 4 years, and the one before that was 2 years. And I never cheated on any of those girls. I've never cheated on anyone. And there was years in between them. So my relationships have always lasted a long time, and they're few and far between. So there's a lot of investment and contemplation, and yeah, and plus anytime something good happens to me, I gotta psychoanalyze my entire life on why this good thing could possibly be happening to me. No, I'm not that bad, but you know how it goes. Liam, be careful with what you say. She could be watching it right now, if not possibly in the future. I'm pretty open with how I feel. Terrified. Terrified. The idea of investing time in my life and to care about someone is terrifying. If it's not terrifying to you, then you haven't really experienced the ups and downs. Things can't hurt you if they aren't great, and things, they're good and bad. If she happens to watch it in the future, of course, that's very. I'm very open about that. It's scary with anything. It's scary getting a new job. It's scary getting a new fucking anything. You invest time and your life into these things, and the older you get, the more you realize that, and you're like, wow, I invested this amount of time into this thing or this person, and uh, and people, we become very attached, and we become addicted to people's company. I think that's what a lot of it is it's a weird attachment that you have to accept. It's like doing a drug. It's like, you know, I've gone through the withdrawals of losing somebody that I love that years later still were, causing me, you know, you still get that random feeling, and if you ran into them in the supermarket, your stomach would flop or something. So it is what it is. I think that time and perspective is all you can give to these things. Open mind. Let things happen as they are, because right now is all you have. And like I said, my goal is to just not let my past destroy my future. Instead, use my future as a way to obliterate my past for the better. Sandy, if she's into metal, she can handle Venom, Liam. Of course she has to. She's probably way more metal than I am. She's very metal. She's a metalhead, which is good for me. I don't know if I could date someone who wasn't a metalhead. Just because, if someone's a metalhead, they might not like other things, but they won't be shocked by it. You know what I mean? Oh, I don't like that music, or I don't like that. But they're not like, what is this? But if you are with someone who's like, metal can sometimes shock people, even though metalheads are usually, I'm a metalhead. The friendliest fucking people ever, dude. I've had great friends. People can suck no matter what music they listen to, and people can be great. But metal's can really. I think metal is one of those things that help people sometimes when you're in a really bad spot. Music can do that anyway, all genres. Just different people have it at different times and what they like. But metal's good. At the end of the day, I think I have to say I'm a pretty big metalhead myself. But I'm very eclectic in my music tastes and what I try to perform as. I've never fit into categories well. But that's good. For me, I don't like categories. They segregate and separate and Sebastialize. I don't know. All right. All right. Nick, the Greta part about the greatest, I'm guessing, part about the rocks is that the soil on top gets the nutrients from the creek after the rainstorms because of the water level goes up. Built-in fertilizer dispenser. Just the mountains are fucking awesome, dude. Or wait a minute, the rocks in the topsoil from the creek. Yeah. Nature's my shit, dude. I don't ever have a chance to go in it. I love camping. I love going out. I love fucking, I think it's something about, I don't know, man. Everyone should enjoy where they're from. I'm from Colorado, but I'm from like Denver. But I still had the mountains close enough that I got to go to some semi-nice and beautiful places, and they really stuck out. But now those places are overpopulated, and you have to drive twice as far to see that same type of music, type of thing. But the mountains, man, it's funny how many people move here, and they're like, "You live in the most beautiful place ever," and I'm like, "You're right, huh? You're not wrong, Ziggy. Come here. I do enjoy it, and if the mountains and shit are that close, it's a shame if I didn't go see him. So, all right. Uh-oh, Mickey D, we gotta go see Judas Priest one of these days, or Iron Maiden. I've seen Judas Priest. Let's go see Iron Maiden. Judas Priest was good. They kicked ass, and even now I'm with Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath and Judas Priest. Uh, great, great, great. But Maiden, let's see some Maiden, because I've never seen them, and that would be great. So I miss concerts. Everyone say hi to the Zig. The Zig is the pig, and the pig is the Zig. He's the Zig pig. He's getting to be the Zig pig. All right, Todd, what up, bro? What's up, dude? Sandy, let things happen as they are. That's all you have. Wise words. I mean, it is, and a lot of people. I've been really good at living in the moment, which sometimes can make you oblivious of the future and past. But I try to enjoy myself. I try to be positive. That's why I remind myself is I'm actually pretty good at it, so I should do it. And one of the things that make me happiest in life is making other people happy. If I just even hang out with somebody and just like, hey, we hung out, and you should genuinely know that I'm happy to hang out with you guys. You know, and my cat. Me and Zig are genuinely happy just to make somebody, you know, a little bit happy or keep them company, keep your mind occupied in a little way. God forbid I expand somebody's consciousness in some manner. All right. Mickey D, I feel like we have a very similar taste when it comes to music. My goal for 20, whatever, 20, what year is it again? I'm not from this time. 2020. And let me tell you, visiting this time, you guys, it's fucked up shit. But I try to listen to everything right now, which again, it's for consumption and listening to new things, and I want to know more about music. And in order to do that, I just have to listen to new music all the time. So people give me suggestions, especially if I like you. I will listen to whatever you give me. And I'll probably listen to the whole fucking catalog and actually listen to it. So, and then on to the next, and on to the next. That's my goal. New music all the time. There's so much music out there. If I'm not listening to new music all the time, I can't even scratch the surface. So, new music, new stuff. I've seen Maiden. I would definitely go again. I've seen them twice. Yes, Maiden would be awesome. Nick, hello, Big Zig. Yep, he's the Big Zig pig. Do you dig? All right. Nick, I always love music that has a dreamlike sound. Almost every genre has had a song or two that I've at least liked. Yes, and that's the key. I was just talking about this the other night. I'm like, personally, I think all genres suck. All of them, metal included. But there's amazing bands, amazing songs, amazing albums, amazing artists in every genre. Probably even country. I found it. No, I'm just joking. Okay. Unknown Hanson's great. No, but like I said, it's not the genre. It's just you have to find something you like, and eventually you will in everything. Sometimes things hit you at different ages too. I just like music. You know, I'm not normal in that sense, though. I really try. Well, I am. I'm just a little bit more open, I think, than some people. I've hung out with some very people who like stick to one type of thing, and that's what they do, and they don't diverge from the beaten path. I like a lot of different types of musics. I try to just have an open mind. It's a very short life if you shut out things. you're already only allowed so much time to do so much. If you start shutting things out, you really start cutting off your options. And I don't like that idea. I like keeping it in mind. Spicy Dorito. Hey, kitty. Hey, kitty. You're so fine. You're so fine. You below there, mine. Hey, kitty. He's like, what, dude? Yeah, he's just happy because I was out hiking all day, and then there's been a dog over because she has a dog, and it's been a rough process of getting my cats to get along with the dog. So he's just happy to be here and hang out with me. Sandy Venom, if you're into Sabbath, check out Acid Mammoth on YouTube and Bandcamp. I just stumbled on them walking in the dark. I know I've heard the name, but I will check them out because I love Sabbath. I love stoner metal. I really do. My next musical ventures was going to be to finish this rap album that I wanted to do, which has never come along, and I haven't fucking really been working on it. I never do. And now that I'm starting to listen to things, I'm like, wow, I wouldn't mind just remaking all new music for this. But that's what I always say when I fucking hold on to a project for too long. But and then a stoner doom sludge project was the next one because I love that shit, dude. I do. I really do. I love that's one thing about metal. That's one thing I really like about metal is I like everything from the super slow doom sludge to fucking hyper tech death, where it's just freakishly fast fucking chord changes and progressions that are fucking way beyond my comprehension, but are just amazing. And it's probably why I want to do a stoner doom death kind of project, is because I can get it under my hands a little easier at this point. But Acid Mammoth, already I like that. So I should highly suspect. Mickey D, what type of music is highly? Yes, I love you too, Kat. My hand's down there, and she's like, "Pet me, you fuck." All right, thank Kat. All right, highly suspect. I'm down. God, yes. See, I like music suggestions. Any music suggestions, I'll listen to them. Right now in my life, I've had a lot of times in my life where I was very quick to shoot shit down, but not right now. I'll listen to things. So, hell yeah, dude. I'm down. Nick, the dream-like sound in particular I like is sort of a warped vinyl thing or certain sense. Okay, I know what you mean. And you like that, not vapor synth wave, but I forget which one we were talking about. But yeah, that has that. Sometimes that'll have that weird feel. I like how ethereal music is. You can't touch it, you can't put a finger on it, and every now and then it sends you to this weird place that I guess is just imagination. It's nice. It's my favorite thing. Music is the best. Frank Zappa said it best. Spicy. Have you ever heard of Consider the Source? I can send you a few songs on Insta from them. Yeah, go for it. Please do. I have not heard of them. I'll check them out. Nick, I watched 1989 Batman once again. Yeah, Batman. The old Batmans are great. And there's a new one coming out, so it's probably a good thing to watch them now. I have some good memories of those. And the old video games. The old Batman video games for like literally the original Nintendo and Super Nintendo. Or most of the original Nintendo from those games. And a couple into the Super. I liked Batman video games, Batman action figures. Batman was always prevalent. He's always been the shit. He's he's the darker hero. I like that. The one that wears black. And it's a bat, and Batman's my shit. All right. Spicy. I have so So much different music, I constantly cycle. I love finding new sounds. I will say that I kind of go into kind of dives where I'll be like, oh, there's my phone. If I can find where it's ringing from, I can start sharing pictures. All right. Ah, nice. That made it convenient to find that. Had an alarm set. So, cool. All right. So, oh, what is it? You're getting so big. You got a belly on you. You got a belly on you. You're my buddy. God, I love this cat. All right. Oh, Liam, good night. RIP to the 6-foot dabs. He'll be back. If nothing else, the down stem just broke by this much, so I can just pull it up, and I'll have to put more water in it, so it won't quite be, like I said, it'll be the 5.5-foot dab of death. But you have a great night, Liam. Thanks as always for joining me. I'll be back next week. All right. Nick, then I watched the Adam West Batman. See, that one I've seen a bunch. When he's running around with the bomb in his hand, and he goes to throw it, and there's ducks. Not the ducks. I actually loved that as a kid. Love that one. So, is that the one you're talking about? That Adam West one, the movie where it has the Batman and the Joker and all of those guys? I remember my dad. So that movie, I don't know how much after the TV show, the movie came out, but my dad used to watch the TV show Batman when he was a little kid. And then him and my mom get together, and the movie comes out. And he's like, love Batman, loved the TV show. We have to see this movie in the theater. Let's go. And then they go and see it. And it's, if you've ever seen that movie, to anyone else, the original Batman with Adam West, that movie, which I do love again because as a kid, it's the cheesiest movie ever. And I just remember my dad being like, telling me, he's like, God, it was, he's like, we didn't go to see a comedy, but it was, even when it came out, it was cheesy and funny. So he's like, oh, God. And he bought the VHS and we watched it when I was a kid. So obviously he didn't hate it, but it was more like, I think it reminded him of that. Nick, metal has something for everyone. You ever heard of danger music? One artist drove a bulldozer through a nightclub during a danger performance. Well, that's taking a mosh pit one step far. Sandy, good night, Leo. Cio? I don't know. And it's Moon. Now I can't even see. All right. Mickey D, highly suspect is a rock music, a little bit drug related. Hello, that's fine with me. It's highly suspect anyway. They have a song called Bath Salts, and it's pretty badass. They played some of their shit on the radio. That's cool. I have all the Batman games for Sega. See those old Batman. Now I never played the new Arkham ones, Mickey D, but they looked great. We were just talking about those. That's based off of my favorite comic of all time, which that's saying something. So I used to really love comics, was Arkham Asylum by far. And so I figure I'll play them one day. They look cool. Could probably get them on fucking Steam for nothing. Now that I'm starting to get a little bit in a better spot, I could feasibly see playing a video game with somebody. All right. But Batman video games are really good. Certain things just lend themselves to video games well. Batman always did. Spider-Man usually did pretty good with video games for a while there. A couple others. All right. Nick, it's funny thing about Michael Keaton Batman is that my dad really enjoys those movies, but hates superhero movies. I don't hate superhero movies, but I didn't get into them like the rest of the world really did. But I like them. Batman Returns for SNES is one of the best games ever. I know. I don't know why they're so good, but and the Sega one was it Batman Forever for Sega. It's such a terrible game, but I loved it so much. It's so frustrating. Sega games are so fucking frustrating. You got 3 buttons and select sometimes does weird shit. And I'm like, God, this is a horrible fucking system. And it's so good. I just love how bad it is so much. Hey Zeus, just get a new down stem. Did you see the size of that down stem? It's a 6-foot down stem. Find me a 6-foot down stem and I will buy it. It'd be easier to just buy a new bong or have someone make me a down stem. It's just a piece of tubing that's that long. I just gotta find, but it's like plexi plastic. It's plastic, but it's hard. It broke. So I'll replace it. If anything else, I can just pull it out and, like I said, lose about that much. And I'm sure the rubber grommet or something popped out. I'm surprised that didn't go somewhere. It is what it is. I've broken more pieces than most people. So, Mickey D, I've got HBO Max, and they have a ton of animated Batman shit, including the Adam West animated Batman movies that came out a few years ago. I've never seen those or heard of them. Shatner plays Two-Face in one? That's crazy. That sounds kind of neat. I have all the old Batman animated one, the classic, I don't know, 90s one. I have all those. I just haven't watched them in 10 years, but I have all of them. So I should watch them. I mean, if I ever wanted to, it's cool to have them. So, Nick, I think it was because those movies were more story driven than the new superhero movies that are draped in CGI battles and action. Well, the Batman ones were Tim Burton, so not only were they like story driven, but they were atmospheric. It was all not CGI, it was real fucking live action shit. He always shoots things dark. That's one thing I like about Tim Burton is he has a dark style sense. And even when it's not dark, it's really trippy. He's good. He's good, man. Fucking Beetlejuice was dope too, son. Alright, Jesus, damn. Yeah, shit happens. Mickey D, I hope Michael Keaton Batman comeback actually happens. I bet it would. Spicy Dorito, sent you a couple things on Insta. Good call. Let's share it. Anyone else wants to, that'll be good. Jesus, I'll ask around. Don't worry about it. Like I said, it's tubing, so I think I could take this tubing, I'll clean it out, go to Home Depot, measure it. I'm sure, man, it's like plastic, so it's not tubing, and this part doesn't bend, but the bottom does. It has a very slight bend. It's very stiff tubing. I don't know. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, bud. But like 5 of them now aren't working on the wheel, so that sucks. All right, Nick, Arkham Asylum games are still visually stunning, even for being as old as they are, especially on a RX 2080 graphics card in 4K. I bet. They looked cool. I never played them, but they looked cool. And I actually did play games when they came out, and I wanted to play them very badly. Mickey D, they're called the Return of the Caped Crusader and Batman versus Two-Face. He came out with 2 of them before he died. That's really cool. Adam West, yeah. The 60 shows never had Two-Face. No, they didn't. Did never? I know he wasn't in the movie. That's Penguin, Catwoman, Joker, Riddler. Yeah. They had some pretty classic fucking actors in that show, though. Like, they made pretty good. I mean, I was a kid. It's just like what my dad did, You watch him as a kid, and you're like, I love this. And then you have to accept that when you're older that maybe cheesy. All right. Let's spin the wheel, take a dab. Have this cat. Now I'm just the bathhouse, huh? Now I'm just your spot to take a bath. Here, why don't you take a bath? Right here. Oh, he's so comfy. I can't do it to him. All right, well, whatever. All right. Hopefully it lands on one I can actually hit. Mickey D, I thought that it was pretty cool that Shatner plays Two-Face and in the animated one. I could see that. All the old actors came back to voice everyone except for the Penguin and Joker because the actors passed away already. That's cool as fuck. I want to see those. The Return of the Caped Crusaders. Caped Crusader. That would be cool. Is he in like a blue? The blue instead of the black outfit too? Well, we got Purple Shark. That works with my terrible drawing of a shark because apparently I can't draw sharks. I should have just looked at this and fucking... that would have been better. All right. All right. So Robin, Riddler, Catwoman, and Batman. Oh, and Robin, yeah. Or all the old schoolers. That's cool. The Joker would have been a good one too. He had a really distinct voice. Oh, and it's cool they got Shatner. Everyone's drawn like the 60s show. Yes, I kind of want to see that because that's wicked. I would appreciate that a lot, having really liked the old show. So, all right. Let's see. Yep. Sorry, buddy. Oh man, it was getting a little warm to be honest too. All right, so I need a. All right. Burgess Meredith, who played the Penguin, was in the Rocky movies. He was Mick. You gotta cut me, Mick. You gotta cut me, Penguin. Now, you gotta admit, Danny DeVito fucking kicked some fucking dicks in the dirt when he played fucking the Penguin. Pardon my French, but fuck me, he was good. Danny DeVito was a damn good fucking Penguin, son. Yeah. I just noticed your Batman and Joker on your desk. Yes, I just put that there. All right. Spicy. He just brought them out to show us. Yep, see. What does that button do? Oh, yeah. He has a little flower on his thing and he squirts water. And what does this one do? Dun, dun. All right, he has Kung Fu action grip. Yes. Yeah, like I said, I like the old Joker stuff, or the old Joker stuff. I like the old Batman stuff. Nick, I'll send you pics of my Batman collection. You should, and I'll share it with everybody. Nick, the funny thing is Batman Returns ruined the relationship with WB and McDonald's. Like, Warner Brothers and McDonald's? I can see that. Let's get a dabber in. A little dabber in. And then we'll start sharing some pictures. See how everything's going. All right. Nick, Warner Brothers and McDonald's, yes. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I could see that. And they're like, money. Let me guess. Money? All right, what do I got? I'm dabbing on something awesome. I think it's Pineapple Express Shatter or Distillate, or I can't remember which one this is. All these distillates I've been getting are wicked awesome. Just wicked awesome. Oh, but they're so running because it's so hot in here. I don't know if you can get a good look at the beauty that is. All right. Here's to it. May your spirits stay as high as I am. Thanks for joining me. Here's the carb cap. There it is. Oh! Nick, McDonald's was pushing all those Batman toys to promote Batman Returns, but the movie ended up being a Tim Burton movie rather than a kid-friendly Batman movie. I could totally see that. Yeah, which thank God. Although I watched it and loved it as a kid. That's back when kids actually were like, I don't care, it's still good. No, I don't know. I had a weird upbringing. Apparently, I was a little guy who was like, fuck it. Let me see that. Hey, Paul. Let's watch that movie up. Little kid with a beard. All right. Spicy. As a Bostonian, you got to work on the accent. Oh, was I doing a... I didn't know I was doing one. Boston. Boston. I never knew people from Boston. Boston. I had a friend from Rhode Island, and he sounded like he was from New York to me. I'm from Colorado, so I don't know shit about shit. All right. I have a Superman Superpowers figure that I had when I was a kid. Jesus. It has some... Is that some sauce? It's some distillate, which is very saucy, and it's very flavorful. I can't remember what this one was. I think it doesn't taste like the Pineapple Express one. That one tasted very pineapple-y. It was good. This one's really good too, though. I love distillate. I just don't... It's kind of hard to get all of it out of that jar. I don't know. Ah, Kenzie, yo, it's good to have you. I actually stayed on long enough to see you. I've been cutting off early. I work Sunday mornings now. Can't remember if I didn't before or what, but I try to get some sleep. It was a long day, too. I went hiking. I was up all day. Did not get much sleep last night, so I'm just really tired. If I did just drink a coffee, 2 coffees since I got home, I'd be so asleep. But great to have you with us. Cheers. All right. And that's awesome, Jesus. Cheers. All right, Nick. Dark, gross, violent, and all. Uh-oh, what's dark? Oh, yeah, the movie. Yeah, well, it's a good movie, though. Wicked awesome is a Boston thing. Yeah, Boston. Wicked awesome. I know someone from Illinois. It's the wicked part. That's wicked. Wicked, son, is a lot of East Coast stuff. I noticed. Wicked. That's wicked. Wicked awesome. Shit like that. Or at least I knew people from Chicago and the guy from what did I just say? He's from Rhode Island. He and his mom like worked in New York because it's so close, but they would both say wicked, wicked awesome, shit like that. Fucking people, fucking guys. Mickey D, I sent them. It's from when I had my old apartment. I have more stuff now. I think you sent me one, but I want to look at them again. All right. Yep. Show and tell time. All right. I'm gonna put my Batman stuff in my garage space. Sounds good. All right, Nick. People have the criticism that Batman kills in the movie, but that what makes him an amazing superhero, anti-superhero, rather than some flawless superhero. Yeah. The main theme behind the whole movie is actually pretty dark itself. It's about traumatized characters trying to change but never being able to. Yeah. There's a lot to it. I love, psychologically speaking, it's a very deep. Like I said, yeah, we were talking about that last time. Okay, so I went hiking today in the mountains, and we went foraging for mushrooms, and we found. Let me put up the brightness on this guy. Yes, okay. Starting to get those in. There we go. Look at those big ass shrooms. Yeah, there's the salt and pepper shaker. God, I wish that shit would fucking focus in. Anyway. Alright. Looks like bread. Bread shroom. No, those aren't. That's not bread. Isn't that crazy? Big old mushroom caps. She's actually going to make spaghetti sauce and stuff with it and cook with them. So, nope. Wild mushrooms, foraged. Awesomeness. Good stuff. There's Cat. All right. Sandy, what kind of mushroom are they? Those are they? I don't know. She knows, which is good. I've always known if you don't know what they are, don't do it. So I don't touch mushrooms unless I know exactly what they are, and I don't know what those are. She actually has foraged for mushrooms many times and knew what they were, and yeah. So I'd have to ask her again. I can't remember. We were talking about it, but it's been a minute. And it's been a long day, and I've been very tired. But, and I don't know them offhand. And I wouldn't have been able to pick them. I found a couple of them, just looking around, but I wouldn't know enough about them to be like, I'm going to eat that fucking thing. They're so cool, though. Nick. Well, hell yeah. They are pretty cool. All right, let me share some of those. Spicy Dorado, nice. They're bread shrooms. Spicy Dorado, they're bread shrooms. That's cool. Yeah, like I said, I don't know enough to say what they are. All right. Uh-oh. We got, Alright. Oh, that's awesome. Ah, you got more? That's so cool. Man, my phone. It really does not want to fucking focus in on my phone today. Those are sick. Those cutouts. Oh, you got a bunch of sick shit. Alright, hold on. Oh, that painting's dope as fuck, too. Oh, come on, zoom in. It's probably because I can't hold it still either. Well, it's not exactly. Sometimes it works better than others. Currently, I can't fucking get. That's not bad. Damn, it started working. There we go. Finally. So that's cool Batman shit. Can actually see it now. There we go. Now that it comes in, it looks good. What else we got? That's cool. All right. Ah. That's some good creek there. Ah. Spicy Guri, I love that painting. That Batman shit's awesome. I'm not really anything like Batman or the Joker. Yeah. Mick, I sent a bunch of pics, mostly of the cabin and the doggy, but 2 cars being mine. One being mine, one being my friend I bought the other week. Looks like we got a Beamer, and a car. Nick, Dan, I should see the shit I have now. Let's see here. Alrighty. Request. Alright. Sharing videos. I don't know what this is. I don't know who that is. Favorite songs. Oh, Spotify suggestions. That's cool. What we got here? Consider the source. I'll check those out. Had a World of War craft thing. Sweet. Yeah, if anyone ever wants to send me music stuff, that's cool. Oh, got more. Got something new. What we got now? Ooh. What is that? Is that fucking cake, son? Oh, that's so sick. Come on. God damn it. It's really sick. I wish the fucking stupid phone wouldn't. See, the best way is if I have a picture of a face on here, because it'll focus to the face, and then once it zooms into the camera, then shit stays in focus. Here's one from Nick. After that, I'll have. Hey, well, you know, that one worked. Probably help if my phone wasn't fucking shit. All right. Yeah, it's a little too dark on that one. And I can't open them again. That birthday cake was sick, though. All right. Sweet. That's fun. All right. Jesus, is there a big dirt bike scene out there and out here? Oh, there is. There's a big dirt bike scene out here in NYC. Do you ride? I don't, but I like dirt bikes. I would. My friend used to do the actual BMX racing where they do the little jumps and shit back in the day, and that was always awesome. I've always liked that shit, but I haven't actually done it. I want to get into something like that soon. All right, Mickey D, awesome fucking birthday cake. I wish that would have kind of came in a little better. Spicy Dorito, play the Many Worlds of Disapproval. It's my favorite song by them, if you want to. By that band. I'd have to bring that up again. I'll have to check it out. But that's, and then you said that silhouette cake. It's sick too. I wish I could have got a better picture of that. Spicy. Don't shit on Androids, Android gang. I've always had Androids. My phone sucks. My phone sucks. Nick sent you a picture of the current setup. I saw that. That looked good. And then Spicy Doritos, and cake. Nick, kind of bland, but it's good. That cake. That cake looks. It is really nice if you look at. I wish the detail came through a little better. But the back cake's sick. All right. Mickey D, we gotta go skate one of these days. Yes, it's getting nice out. It's getting really warm. It rained all day. It rained. It was kind of perfect, like right as I was walking back from the hike. So I still got soaked, but not during the hike. So that was nice. Nick, I can jump. I can do jumps on skateboards, but keep landing in a way that the board slides out from under me. Yeah, I need to just skate more, man. Mickey D, thanks, man. My wife surprised me with that cake, and the cupcakes are the Joker themed. Her friend works at this caking. Her friend at work made the cupcakes and the cake for me. That fucking cake is sick, son. I've never had a dope cake, which is fine. I'm not a huge cake guy, and I'm definitely not a huge birthday guy, but I've never had a dope cake, you know? I think it's a cool birthday cake. I don't think I've had a birthday cake in the last 10 years. At least not that was like for me or that I ate any of. At least 10 years. I know it because I haven't eaten birthday cake really in about 10 years. So there you go. Low knock. It's the mighty low knock. Yes. I was working too much and I wanted to keep you updated on them Amanita muscaria mushrooms. Nothing fantastic, but I like smoking it. That's kind of cool. I watched Amanita Dreamer. She seemed really interesting. I learned about them and that they need to be cooked in order to take some type of acid or toxin out so you can digest them and actually trip on them without getting sick. So also, I guess you take quite a bit of them, or she does. She's talking to entities. We were kind of getting to that earlier. That Amanita was also what people theorized was the mysterious soma that the hymns of the Beta, can't talk, was written of for soma. So I don't know. Nick, yeah, I never had a particularly extravagant cake either. Yeah, I'm not too bummed. That one's sick. That was sicker than any cake I've ever had. That one's dope. I like how it's black and white too. I like that one. All right, Sandy, when's your birthday, dude? I'm March 13th myself. So still, it happened not too long ago. I got 7 months, or another 6 months or as far from it. Yeah, I'm a 13, like a Pisces, like I said, someone asked earlier. Pisces, March 13th. So, it's a good day. Born on a Friday the 13th. Mickey D, doesn't smoking shrooms get spores in your lungs? It's very possible. It's very possible. I've also heard that I've heard that smoking them, I'd like to hear more about that. I've done it. I've smoked a bowl of shrooms for sure. No, I have. I can't remember if I tripped balls or if I wasn't just eating shrooms anyway. Spores could potentially it's a theoretically it's possible. Spores are very fucking strong too. They can make it through a lot of things. But I haven't heard of like, you think that you'd hear more like a warning not to do that. But it seems like I have heard that urban legend of that before. I know I've done it too though. Who knows? Personally, I don't know. It's worth trying or looking into. I always look into things before I do it anyway. So. Lona, yes, I boiled an ounce of them and made tea out of it. I'm still learning. I'm definitely buying more. Lonock. Yeah, or growing them would be cool too. Or if you mean growing them, buying them to grow, that's even cooler. But all right, yeah. Wait, what did you say again? Yeah, I boiled an ounce of them. Yeah, because I was watching her shit and she said to cook them. The person who I've heard people talk about them before and they had bad experiences. I don't know if they were cooking them. So, and it's toxic. So I'm like, there's a toxin that can harm you. Stomach, it can hurt your stomach if not worse potentially. So cooking them is important. That's cool. And made tea out of them. That's I'm definitely buying more. That's cool. That is cool. I'm interested. Nick, I'm gonna go to bed. Trying to get to the bed before 2 a.m. Yeah, I feel you. I'm probably going to be hitting it relatively soon myself. Nick, I still want to do some shrooms and Batman. Yeah, well, potentially in the near future, that won't be a problem. Right now, things are really slow going. I'm more bummed about my plants than my shrooms because I think my shrooms are still in good shape. They're just slow. My plants, I think my 4 seedlings are dead because I didn't. Oops. As long as I don't break anything. Yeah, which is a bummer. They were running out of root space and room where they were, or at least I thought they were, and so I wanted to move them into my full grow room, and I think the light was too powerful even when I brought it up all the way, shaded them, put them at direct light, and took time. It still wasn't enough. I should have brought them in for a couple hours, took them out, in, out, and like I need to do it a little different next time. So even if they live, I don't know if I want to keep them because they've been through so much stress. So that sucks. If I can get a couple to live, I might donate them to some people who are willing to grow them. Mickey D, I played Arkham Asylum on shrooms and it looks so cool, but it was really hard to concentrate and play. Yeah, like, yeah. Seems neat though. Kind of, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I could play it very well. Anything. God, that reminds me of a movie. There's a movie where someone's playing like Mortal Kombat and tripping acid. What is that? Is that fucking SLC Punk? Or something like that. Anyway, Sandy. I always wanted to find Amanita muscaria in a pine forest. I never knew what to do with them. I always used to find them. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I saw some really red ones today, but they didn't have the dots and stuff. I don't know enough to pick them and know what I'm getting. Something tells me I'll learn soon. Low knock. Amanita can't be grown under. Can't be grown. It grows under trees, but would like to grow some golden teacher shrooms. Golden teacher, I kind of wish I would have gone with that just because they're a little quicker and they're still a hardy mushroom that's easy to grow, and people love them. They're not that potent, but they have really good effects. So you can get there easily. I'm just saying, like, you know, they're not. There's other ones that are more potent and harder to grow. Golden teachers are good. There's a reason they're very popular. Amanita, isn't it always grown in fir and spruce? You have to find it with spur and spruce trees. So in pine. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about them. I know, like I said, if anything, I heard that be very wary of them back in the day, but I think no one knew to cook them, or they weren't cooking them because it's like, yeah, but sometimes they'll make you sick, sometimes they don't. And I'm like, well, it's probably how you were taking them. I think people finally figured that out. Mickey D, I love the body high of shrooms. It makes me super relaxed. Yeah, and there's different like levels of it for sure. I mean, if you take too much of it, shit, man, your body starts almost not existing. You start separating from that shit. But yes, if I took like last time I did shrooms, I took like a gram, say a solid 1 gram, not a lot, like just a little bit. And I was out in the rain and it was cold in the mountains, but it felt great. My body felt great. I was in a great mood. Everything was beautiful. But I wasn't like tripping. It was just things were looking really pretty. And it scared the shit out of me. My cat just ran up a fucking wall. I thought you just made a noise. Uh-oh. More people saying to share stuff. No. I don't know what that is. Friends, enemy, YouTube links. All right. Sandy, do the Santa Claus thing. Have your reindeer eat your amanita, then drink their piss. Yeah, people did that shit. Well, the amanita love that shit. They fucking go out of their way to eat it. So I'm okay on drinking their piss, but yeah. that's the case, and red and white, and there's a lot to it. Mickey D, I always have to shit right before I start to trip when I eat them. I think a lot of people, well, I mean, my stomach goes bad. I have trouble digesting them. When I have shrooms next time, I want to try different extraction methods and shit like that. So there's tea that I want to try doing. There's also blue juice, psilocybin, cold water extract that I want to try. Just ways where it's a little bit easier on my stomach. And I want to find one where I don't throw up, because I find it hard to enjoy myself when I'm throwing up. But it's also, anxiety. I respect hallucinogenics very much so, and it's like getting on a big roller coaster or something, and I get my nerves up, and it takes a lot for me to do them. I wish it was easier, but it's not. It's not easy for me. All right, Mickey D. Last time I put them on a pizza, that's how my favorite way was. Like I said, I had a picture, and it's just a slice of pizza, and it is just a blue pizza. I covered that bitch. All right. What we got? And then I'm going to do a dab, smoke a bowl, and then we'll call it a night. Freeze a bong. And she rides. Tower power. We'll end her on a high note, huh? Yeah, so, but my goal is to start growing oyster mushrooms and lion's mane. Those are my two next ones. Oyster mushrooms are just really delicious and easily grown indoors. So, but shiitake, maitake, all types of different ones I want to grow. But yeah, I just want to grow more things. Start a garden. Just contribute to growing more and producing and taking care of things and being more self-reliant and understanding the process of what it takes to care for things and enjoy them all the more. It's a big goal of mine. What's the Tower of Power? Just a big bong. This is the Tower of Power. Got Tower of Power, Mill. Oh, the tower. So this is it's in a tie for my second. When the Build-A-Bong is fully erected, it's pretty big too. So, all right. What have we now? Let's get derbs ready. All right, Lona. Yes, I had a hard day's work. I'm going to hit my bowl. Been trying to keep you updated. That's really cool, buddy. I'm happy to hear that. Mickey D, I'm gonna pitch my joint with you. Sounds good. Now's the time to do it. I'm about to take a big ass dab, smoke a fat ass bowl / joint / whatever I can get my hands on quick, and then I'll call it a night. It's 10:34 here. I had a long day. I'm shocked I'm still up. I think caffeine once again. Sandy, yeah, Venom. Be like Chauncey Gardner from Being There. I don't know the reference, but I'm going to. I'll try. All right. Bam. Let's see, meow. Oh, yeah. I was really happy to go out into nature. The only thing that bugged me was there was a lot of people who were thinking the exact same thing, apparently. But it's one of my favorite things. And I do it so few and far between. Alright. Okay. From Being There, the movie. Look for the movie Being There and Chauncey Gardner. Okay. I could do that. Or at least see what you're talking about. Let's see here. All right, everybody. Dabs up. Cheers. Thank you so much once again for hanging out with me. Whoa! Tasty. Mickey D, remember the times when we would go up to Happy Canyon and pull off the side of the road, smoke a joint, and watch movies on the PSP? Oh, God. That was a long time ago, huh? Yes, I do. I remember doing that with an ex-girlfriend once. We're smoking a joint, watching a movie on the PSP on the dash of my car, and my window didn't roll down. So the cop comes up, and I didn't even see him. And because they parked like a ways away to walk up on us because they thought we were fucking doing things because they're such nice guys. And they sneak up and tap on the window. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So we're literally smoking a big joint like I always roll, even back then. I have to open the door, and it just clouds out. And I remember, I think they were disappointed that I wasn't that she had clothes on because they're assholes. Fucking guys. But you know what I mean? And then B, I remember them kind of taking me to the side. She was kind of upset, of course. And they were like, it was the most stoner cop I've ever seen. He's like, hey, man, it's cool. It's cool, man. We all smoke it. He literally said it. Looked at the other cop. We all smoke the stuff. This is way when it was illegal everywhere. Just as illegal as anywhere that it's not legal here. And then he's like, we all smoke it, dude. We just want to know, do you have any cocaine? You know, hard stuff. Where's the coke? Where's the speed? You know, do you have a gun on you? Shit like that. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, no, dude, I swear. Nothing like that. Just the pot that you caught me with. I'm sorry. I'm like, I swear, you could search my car. It was the joint that you got me with. And like, they looked bummed. They're like, oh, all right. Well, I guess we'll give you the ticket for the joints then. And wrote me up after he just said, hey, we all do it. Chick's freaking out, crying. He's like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. We're not mad at you. We just be honest with us. And he's like, just be honest. Just tell us what else you got. You got nothing? All right, cool. Then all you're getting is a pot charge. That's fine then, right? It's like, and we're going to get you for being 10 minutes past curfew in this park because we were waiting until 10 minutes past curfew because you were late. And I'm like, you piece of shit. You motherfucker. You just literally said you all smoke it. You're a stoner. You like were calming down somebody who was crying, and then you're like, it's okay. You're just getting tickets. I'm just going to fill my quota because I'm a pile of shit. Who's going to fucking ticket you for something I obviously do all the time? Have fun paying my fucking quota this month. I'm sorry I wasn't able to see your girlfriend naked and possibly fucking, search her and fill her up because fucking I'm an abusive power prick. I've had multiple girlfriends assaulted by police officers. And they didn't know each other. But man, their stories were fucking similar to a T. It's like you guys are both from Denver and have both been pulled over and cops here are shit. Just like they are everywhere. I don't fucking trust them, dude. Fuck that, dude. Give people fucking power to fucking pull over people and assault them on the sides of roads. If they want to kick the shit out of them, fine. If they want to fucking rape them, fine. One of my girlfriends, after that shit happened, went to the fucking police department, obviously assaulted, went to the front desk. There was a lady there. She's like, I want to report an assault. I was just assaulted by a police officer on the side of the road. The lady at the front desk said, we get people like you saying shit like that all the time. And ended up talking her out of that fucking place like she was a crazy woman trying to attack the police. This is years and years ago. And I'm like, think about that. You get people saying shit like this all the time. And what do? You make them feel like they're fucking liars and send them on their way. Those people were scarred for life, not just by authority, but for fucking people touching them ever again. That'll put a tarnish on that badge of yours. Fuck you people. That's me. Maybe that's just me. All right. All right, Nikki D, remember the time the cops thought you were going to rob that check? You were with me. I remember that all the time just because I was sitting in a parking lot. Yeah, it's funny though. I was sitting in a parking lot waiting to do a drug deal. Fortunately, I was the one with the money for once. So I'm like, dude, I'm just waiting to fucking give someone a ride, or I forget what I said. I'm like, dude, I'm meeting someone here. We're meeting and we're leaving. Dude, if I had anything on me, they would have fucking... Yes, I totally remember that. Fucking... They're like, well, you can't just be out in front of a check cashing place. Profiling. Although I didn't even look this crazy. Although I never looked normal. Huh? Michael J. in the place to be. Yo, what's good? What's Gucci? How you doing? I'm fucking hanging in there, dude. I'm hanging in there. I'm doing pretty good. Long day, tired. The coffee's wearing off. Spicy. Why would they even write the ticket? They were for sure acting cool to try and find something, right? Pricks. What assholes. Me and the cops, as a black girl, have never mixed. Where, yeah. Dudes, they yeah. Pigs won't tell on pigs. You can't investigate yourself. Fucking crazy. It's the thin blue line and the thick blue wall of silence. The blue wall of silence. And that's gang mentality, and it's fucking sickening and horrible. And like they like to say a lot of the time, you might not all be wrong, but you sure fit the profile. And you know what? Fucking cops fit the fucking profile. They wear colors. They're in bad neighborhoods doing shady shit with guns. And they want your money. And they want your fucking freedom. I saw signs like, next time you're in trouble, if you hate police, next time you're in trouble, call a crackhead. I'm like, you know what? I haven't had fucking the cops ever fucking help. There's another thing, depending on who you are, you call and ask for help, and they fucking act like you're fucking crazy and act like you're fucking a piece of shit. They're only there to protect the interest of the wealthy and collect fucking money for themselves. In my humble opinion. Low knock. Cops can be assholes. I got a black eye from a cop because of my ex-girlfriend lost everything because of that bitch. Oh, wait. Because of my ex-girlfriend. Lost everything because of that bitch. And I got a black eye. Well, I mean, yeah, people can be shit. Everybody can be shit. Everyone has an asshole, and everyone can sometimes choose to act like it. All right. They thought they were. Mickey D. They thought we were casing the joint. Yeah, that check cashing place. I remember that, bud. Fucking idiots. Yeah, fucking idiots. They were. Yeah, I don't know. But like I said, we don't have the best profile. I don't. People look at me and assume things. Sandy. Wow, I'm reading here. Oh, wait. Wow, what I'm reading here is why folks are getting their asses kicked in Portland. I think we're on the edge here in America. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not trying to say one thing or the other. I'm just saying my opinion. I'm sure somebody's had great experience with a cop. And every now and then they save a life. And every now and then they do good. And there's good ones. Of course there is. I'm just saying I haven't had those experiences. I've been alive a long time. I've only called cops 2 times in my life. Both of them were for dog-related incidences. Both of them, they left not giving a shit and ended up, at least one of the times, looking at me like I was a fucking suspect of something else because I was concerned about a fucking dog. So the only times I've ever needed somebody like, hey, I shouldn't just go over there and fuck this person up. I should call a police officer. They said, hey, buddy. Yeah, your dog, baby. See you. And nothing happened. I'm like, okay, so maybe I should fuck all you people, dude. Fuck you people. Fuck you people. You don't care about fucking anybody unless they fit your exact profile of who you think deserves to be protected. And again, it's usually wealthy people's interest. I got a cop so I can have a good job, a nice wife, and fit the American profile. And if you don't like that, I'm gonna fuck you up. And it's just a shitty fucking fucked up entitled thing to even assume is that you're better than someone else and you need to police them into thinking like you do. So it's a bad start. And I don't know, man. I'm not pro fucking cop. All right. Spicy Drea, I'd trust a crackhead over my local sheriff, especially since your local sheriff probably sold the crack to that person. No, I'm just joking. It's a circle of drugs. Anyway, I moved to Albany, New York, and I hate it here. Yeah, no shit, son. So many Confederate flags and thin blue line stickers all over. Well, that's everywhere. I'm surprised I don't see it more here in Denver, but I'm pretty close to the city. I'm sure if I go out to the fucking boonies, you see a lot of that shit. It just tends to be that way, But I've gotten lucky, but man, when you see it, it sure opens your. And that's what a lot of people need to see is. I'm glad that there's videos and fucking shit starting coming out because if you really don't see it firsthand, you're like, man, I've never had racism. I've never had cops beat the shit out of me. It's like, yeah, because you've never had it. You don't fit that shit. So good. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Lack of evidence is an evidence of the lacking of the fucking crime. It still happens. Just because you can't prove it doesn't make it not fucking true. They turn off the camera and they're the ones writing the fucking law. They're the ones writing the, when they take you to jail, what happened? The description of the crime, the fucking judgment, the fucking, yeah. I'm like, yeah, so of course they'll always make themselves look like the victims. Fucking crazy. Mickey D, they treated me like I was wasting their time when my apartment got robbed. Yeah. I remember my job got, so I mean, I guess I've called them 3 times, but I mean, I called them for my work. I don't really count that. I went into my work one day and someone stole the safe, had robbed all the fucking drawers, everything. And my boss wouldn't wake up until like 3 that afternoon. So I'm the one calling the cops and talking to him. And I come in and I'm like, okay, I could literally see fingerprints on like a couple of the things that they had moved that we had obviously wiped off. I'm like, dude, there's like fingerprints here, 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 here. I'm like, they obviously stole the safe. They did. He's like, yeah. What are you gonna do? I'm like, do you have cameras of them? I'm like, yeah. Send us the pictures. Okay. See ya. Oh, okay. It's like same with when cars get stolen. I'm like, okay, so now what? Oh, well, if we pull that person over, we'll know it's them. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, I guess you would have known that anyway when they didn't have the insurance, or I guess I don't fucking know. You aren't helping. We're sending people. We got a detective on the case. We got 2 detectives. They're working in shifts. We'll be right on it. Yeah, they don't fucking care. All right, Spicy Dorito. I'm like, oh shit, you're a bigot. Straight, bro. Oh wait, what did I do? Oh, maybe the blue lines, man. The thin blue lives all over the sticker thing. Are those the bigot ones? I read those out of place. I'm like, oh shit, you're a bigot. No shit. No, just shit. Luna. Well, I gotta crack a beer, man, and forget about the cops. I don't blame you. I don't like talking about them as much as I just did. Spicy. No, dude, they can't bother with dogs. Yeah, no shit. They gotta fucking buy a group of black teens hanging out in the park. No shit. I could use a massive dab right about now. Yeah, that shit does. It gets a little depressing. But I'm glad people fucking are talking about it, dude. I'm glad people are doing shit about it. You know, they can turn off their body cams, but you can always start putting I have cameras in my car. Also because I drive for a living and people are fucking psychopaths. I've had people like cut me off, flip me off, scream at me, call my work, and say this guy's a piece of shit and he cut me off and he flipped me off and told me to fuck myself. And then he was mean. I'm like, all right, fuck that. I'm getting a camera. I'm getting a fucking camera. You fucking assholes. Fuck you people. I can't believe the assholes on the road. There's literally people who will try to fucking get in an accident with you, call your fucking job, and fucking shit on you. I'm like, oh, fuck this. I swear, if I didn't have a good reputation at my job, I would have been fired probably from that shit. So get a camera, record yourself, record other people getting pulled over if you're fucking able to, and you have the balls, because they will fuck with you for that. They hate that. Especially if they're doing something wrong, they do anyway. Yeah. I feel you, Spicy. Shit. Mickey D, I've had cops beat the shit out of me if, I've had cops beat this shit out of, I've had cops beat this shit out of if me and be super awesome to me. Oh, you've had cops beat the shit out of me and be super awesome to me. Well, yeah, I'm not. People are people at the end of the day, and it's who you get. But that's also the problem with the system, is we're not treated equally. It's who you get. You know what I mean? And a big thing with that is when you go to court, is they judge you on how you look and how you represent yourself and who you are. They directly do. And a big thing of that is, why do you think people shave, put on a suit, and cut their hair? Why? Why the fuck would that matter? Why does how you look judge what you're doing as a crime? If I'm unable to look appeasing to you, I'm guilty. Mix those two things. If anything, the fact that I'm innocent means I shouldn't have to fucking dress up for you. I shouldn't have to call you shit. Fuck you. But or if the system was actually respectable, I would say thank you, your fucking honor, and mean it, and be like, yes, this is a system, this is a democracy. I am proud to be a juror because I know I want to be judged by honest peers. But you know what? Whenever I get jury summons, they look at me for 2 seconds and they're like, get him out of here. We don't want his opinion. He won't judge anybody guilty that we want guilty. And he won't fucking take anybody's, he won't take a bankster off. He's gonna fucking prosecute people that isn't what we find suitable for a juror. So I get the fucking boot every time. So I'm like, yeah, you judge the jury, you judge the people, and then you fucking all have each other's back. It's a rigged system. There's no winning. You have a better chance of fucking hitting the lotto and gambling in Vegas at the same time and not getting fucking fucked over, It's like, dude, that cards are stacked, dude. Your best bet is to do what I've done most of my life. Keep your head down. Don't go out much. I break the law too much. Every time I go out, I get fucked with. So what do? I stay home. And then you just say, just don't fuck with me in my house. Just don't break into my house. Don't bring a SWAT team and kick my fucking door in and kill my animals. And that's still a fucking thought. Of course there's fucking riots. Of course there's problems. If that shit wasn't on your mind, of course that wouldn't be a problem. But if you have ever thought about people busting in your house for the fucking medicine you use, destroying your life, kicking the shit out of you, taking something from you, taking everything from you. These are real problems, dude. They're not ones I fucking try to think about often either, because they're depressing, because the problem is power begets power, and it's easy to build upon what you already have. And they've already had such a foothold in it for such a long time. It's getting harder and harder to even just, I do anything retroactively. So, I don't know. One good thing is I do think every generation is becoming a little bit more tolerant of other people and their lifestyles and choices. So maybe in 100 years she'll get better, but who can say fucking what it'll be in 100 years? And now people are living so long, those same racist assholes that are alive and fucked up people and, just whatever racism, sexism, fucking crazy ideologies that fucking hurt people, they'll be alive for another fucking 100 years. We're figuring out how to keep them alive for even longer. The amount of people who are sticking around are sure going up there. So, which is good for us because we want to be around. No one personally wants to hand the torch over, but at the same time, it's hard to get change when people are fucking sticking around longer. And, they're making fucking blogs and videos with all this fucking hate speech and shit, and that shit, gets handed down. It's crazy. But I've been in a positive mood, and I feel like things will do what they do. And regardless if they get better or they get worse, it's the actions we take that dictate where they go from there. Keeping positive and caring about one another is what they hate the most. And I love that. So sometimes I do it just to piss them off. They sure try to break you. But you know what? I fucking love you guys, and there is love out there. And like I said, it fucking drives them nuts. The people who want to fucking keep everyone separated so they can take control of them one by one, the last thing they want is people grouping together and caring about one another. And that's a sick fucking thing to plot against. Especially under the guise of fucking unity, doing the appropriate thing. So, alright. Mickey D. Uh-oh. I've missed a lot of shit. What was I bitching at for a fucking long time? Alright. Spicy. And then he killed my family and ate my car. Wait. Mickey D. I'm laughing. Sandy, give us your camera. I missed so much. I don't know what I did. I missed so much. I'm wandering off. It's probably, yep, half hour later. All right, Lona, my weed smells like citrus candy and it makes my mouth watery. I need to roll up. I'm just gonna load a bowl real quick and we'll smoke a bowl and go to bed. Spicy. Also, just the fact that I have an intense reaction of anxiety whenever cop is around is a bad sign. Even if I'm doing something harmlessly illegal, like buying weed or doing nothing at all, state of fear. I'm 22 and it's hard as hell to find just to enjoy life. Well, yeah. I go through phase. Well, I always, it's a lot easier to be upset and depressed than it is to be happy. And right now, it's hard to find things that make you happy. If you can, try. I say grow plants, visit nature, travel, hang out with friends, family, loved ones, pets. Take care of things. Be nice for things, and good things usually tend to start coming around eventually. And even if they don't, at least you did the right thing. Even if you fail, I'd rather fail being a good person than succeed at being a horrible one. So, all right. It's so hard. I can get into some weird ass thought loops thinking about life these days. Well, it's not hard these days at all, right? Weed and music makes me happy. So do my cat and my parents. See, you got the right idea. Mickey D, I'm into peace and positivity, but I'll fuck somebody up if I have to. I know you will, too. Especially if you're bigger now than you were. Shit, yeah, son. Shit, yeah. I feel sorry for that person. Which, you know, fight for the ones you love. Yeah, that's the key. But my goal is to try and do it. Again, like I said, peace and positivity, they fucking hate. So I love pissing off people, like, just as much as they fucking like doing horrible things to make people hate their lives, which is really crazy that people would get off on that. I don't really want to make people hate their lives, but I sure don't mind pissing them off the fact that I'm able to overcome their petty bullshit. It's not them that'll fucking break me, and this world is extremely temporary. If there's one thing I know for sure, it's that everything changes. Whether that sucks or it's awesome is just a matter of time, because it's going to change again. The good things will not last, but neither will the bad. The bad things will change too, and they'll fluctuate, and they'll keep on fluctuating throughout at least our lifetime, and for us, that is the rest of eternity as far as we know, or at least this mortal coil will not be here, before we shed this mortal coil. Sandy, hey, Spicy. Sending love your way. You're awesome. Good call, Sandy. I like that. Thank you, Sandy. Yeah, Spicy. See, that's, even more. And I've these live streams are always such a big. They've got me through some pretty rough times. Having friends, people to talk to. It's really nice. It's been a rough couple years, but like I said, I just had this feeling that I'm like, you know what? Positivity needs to prevail in my life. I have a lot of like depression in my family and stuff, and I've always thought that I do really good at being positive. So, not only should I be positive, but if I can even make one person happy, dude, that really means a lot to me. So, awesomeness. Low Knock, I like the shirt, man. I love the movie. I need to see the new ones. Has anyone seen the new ones? Are they good? I heard they're good, but I don't trust reviews because, of course, they're going to say it's good. I don't know many people who like horror movies, so I don't have a lot of people to ask. But I want to see the two new ones. I loved the old ones, especially for being a made-for-TV movie where they couldn't really go all out. That was a truly scary movie for not being a movie, of being so good shit. Fight for your right to party, Spicy. Hell yeah. And party for your right to fight. Mickey D. That time you roasted that chick at the end of the party had my ass laughing. It was so psychological, which is the best way to get it. I think you said some shit about her horrible hair and shoe choice and her makeup being looked like shit. How drunk was I? And your fashion's terrible. If it hurt her feelings and she deserved it, good. If she didn't deserve it, I'm truly indifferent at this point in my life. Although that's not me. That's funny though. I'm like, yeah, I was not following what I had done or said. I'm not probably not the proudest moment of my life, I'm guessing, unless you called for it. We were leaving and she was talking shit. Oh. Well, there you go. I like to think better of that, but young me probably was not. I've never had a good filter. It was hilarious. Well, there we go. Lona. Yeah, I got the new movie. So Yaz and yeah, it's good. Yes. I'm excited. I don't know how the new Pennywise looks. I like the old one, but the new one, he does look creepy. But he looks a little goofy too. They both do. I don't know what I'm trying to say. He's a fucking clown. Of course he looks goofy. Does he have like buck teeth or some shit? There's something weird about him. I guess that's what they're going for. He is different. I like it. I have to see the new movie. I'm excited. I just never watch movies. I'll put it on my list. At this chick Ashley's house that I went out with at high school. Wow, what is that? I can't. I kind of remember you going out with a chick named Ashley. God, my. Didn't we just talk about how much acid I was doing at that period in my life? I was seeing the white lights while watching Indiana Jones, just getting blitzed. Yeah, my whole life is a blur. It was intentional. But Spicy, Old Pennywise is the best. It's the only one I know, but Tim Curry was good. I didn't even know it was Tim Curry when I was a kid. Or like it didn't that's Pennywise. He fucking like lived in that shit. That was good. He made it his own. God, that was good. I remember watching that with my dad. He loved Pennywise. Vicky D, good call. We were with Eric's friends. That makes sense. At this chick Ashley's house. God, that all sounds familiar, but I can't remember. And yeah, it's good. Low not good. I want to see it. Of course, I'll see it. Spicy. Old Pennywise is the best, definitely. Much more horrifying and unsettling than the new Pennywise. Less jump scary. Oh, it's a jump scare movie. I hate that. But I heard it's kind of gory. All new movies are really quiet, so the people talk, and you can barely hear what they say. So you keep turning up the volume and turning up the volume, and then bam, something fucking scares you. I'm like, yes, that's scary. If you dropped a plate right now, or if that doesn't mean that that plate is scary. I'm not gonna have nightmares about plates or that scary sound I heard. You just, you scare jumped me, and that's a cheap thrill. God damn it. Yeah, I like a little bit more psychological horror. Vicky D, we were at our 20s. Yeah, that sounds right. I was still on the trailing end of all that. Good times, kind of. I didn't have amazing 20s. I did okay. I got through them. That matters. Spicy, much more horrifying, less jump scary. Plate crash. Oh shit. Yeah, see? Yeah. And it would. It scared the shit out of me. My cat jumping up on the fucking my grow tent or something. I'm like, what the fuck was that? But I'm not scared of the cat. I'm not even scared of her breaking shit. I'm just, dude, just sound, noise. What the fuck? So Sandy, Tim Curry was the best Pennywise. I just don't know. I think he looks. See, the new one looked goofy to me, and not in a scary goofy. Like he looked goofy too, but he looked maybe not goofy. I don't think he did really look goofy. He looked like menacing but like happy and cheery. It was good shit. I love that fucking movie. I watched the old one. Shit, had it on VHS. Son, loved it. Ah, Mickey D, the new Candyman too, right? Yeah. Trying to remember who the main guy is, but that looked good. Candyman's cool. Spicy, unsettling and uncanny. He looked unsettling. Yes. Did I see the new Halloween one? No, but I want to get it. Tony Todd? Tony Todd? I don't know the Tony Todd reference. All right, but Mickey D, new Halloween one. I really want to, especially if it's so. Which Halloweens? Like the ones that Rob Zombie did? Because the first one was good, the second one was okay. If you're talking about those. Now, John Carpenter just made Halloween 3, the real Halloween 3, because he rebought his own rights to his movie back and remade it. So it cuts off from 2. 1 and 2 he directed, and then he lost the rights, and other people took over the franchise. So he's chucking all those ones out and continuing from 3. He finished it, and it was going to come out this Halloween, but he said because of the pandemic, he's going to put it for next year. So he's holding off. They have a movie. He's fucking ready and done, but they're going to hold off, and hopefully next Halloween people will actually be able to go and see it. So. Spicy Dorito. Unsettling and uncanny. How do you look? With my eyes, mostly. Sometimes up here. How do you look? Barely blitzed at all. I would have passed out 3 times by now. Okay, there you go. Oh, dude, and I had no sleep last night. I need to already be in bed sleeping right now. I have to be up in like 6 hours. I'm killing myself. If you think I don't enjoy spending time with you guys, You're fucking wrong. Spicy, go to sleep. I'm going to, but I did roll a joint. And I still need to eat some food, finish eating food. I've learned by now to eat a lot of food as quickly as much as possible. And I need to text somebody good night because I feel very rude that I haven't even responded. But yes. All right. Mickey D, the new one with Jamie Lee Curtis. I haven't seen it. I didn't know it was already out too. Tony Todd plays Candyman. Okay, Tony Todd plays Candyman, the new Candyman. Okay, mixing things together. Thank you. Mickey D, I'm the one talking about. Wait, I'm talking about the one that came out last year. I didn't see that one with Jamie Lee Curtis. The new Halloween. I haven't. I should watch all of them. I haven't watched any movies in a while. Maybe here in the near future, that'll be something I'll start getting into again. I like horror movies, so. All right, guys. It's really good. I love horror movies, so they're cool. Scary movies, horror movies, scary movies, thriller movies. I kind of like those. I like movies that. Like we were talking about music genres. I like all movie genres. It's just most of them suck, and there's some good, amazing ones in all of them. Sometimes it's more the director or the artist than the genre. So, all right, Sandy. Okay. Good night. See you next week. Go do your stuff. Yeah, of course, but I appreciate it. Mickey D. She plays her main old role again. Yeah, but she thinks she's crazy and super paranoid, and it takes 30. See, yeah. Maybe he came out with it, and I'm wrong, but I thought that was what I was right. I'll have to look it up. Either way, I'm down to watch it, especially if it's a John Carpenter shit. She owns a bunch of guns. I did remember seeing that trailer. I don't know how they're going to do it, but it's kind of cool. I have no problem. Jamie Lee Curtis is okay. Sigourney Weaver and her were two of the big ones for horror movie badass chicks. So much love to both of those chicks. They deserve so much. There's a sequel to that movie that he's making right now. Okay. Cool. There you go. Thank you for clearing that up. I can't blow a smoke ring. I got the fan going. All right, close enough. Thank you, guys. You have a wonderful evening. I will see you next week, as always. From me and the Ziggies, have a great night, and we'll see you soon. Take it easy. Keep it keepy. Thank you again.